Yo, and hello and welcome to the special E3 2019 episode, also known as the 117th episode of GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go for free every Wednesday in audio format on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast directories, and in video format on YouTube so you can see us in stunning HD. This show is two childhood BFFs bringing you all things video games. You can find us online at createforsanity.com, where you can listen to episodes, subscribe for behind-the-scenes news, read rad articles, and buy sick t-shirts from our shop. Also, be sure to join the community in the Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/GameSpeak to hang and talk games with other nerds like us. I'm one of your hosts, JAMAL Al-Jafra, along Brent Beelzebub Bass.
Yes.
Is that your best Beelzebub, dude?
Yeah, it's kind of a squeaky guy in my mind here, you know.
Yeah, he's a little more cartoony than
He's
I
a little more
imagined.
cartoony. He's a little less scary than your typical Beelzebub.
Yeah,
you know what
I
I
thought
mean?
the Dark Lord would be a little bit more intense, but I mean,
you know,
you play your version of the Dark Lord. You know,
yeah.
Everyone has their version.
Yeah,
everyone has that vision.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
what's up, man? Good to have you here on arguably the greatest day of the year for gamers. You know what I mean?
It's Gamer Christmas.
It's exciting, man. This is definitely my favorite episode we do every year. You know what I mean?
It's a lot of like prep work, but once you're in it, you're in it.
It's so exciting.
It's fun prep work because you watch it.
Yeah, you get to like learn about it. And like I feel like when you go deep like this, you know, you pick a lot of things that fall through the cracks. You know what I mean? A lot of little cool games that people aren't like excited about in the press and stuff. You know what I mean?
Little details.
Yeah. So
it's the devil's in the details.
What have you been doing other than E3 stuff this week, though? What's life like for JAMAL this week?
I've been dying of this like horrible sinus infection thing. As you can hear, this is like the third or fourth day of like my voice being not all the way there, but it's like deeper and more what's the word for it?
Keanu Reevesy?
I guess. Like you say that, but all I hear is my voice, but just in deep mode.
Yeah.
So like,
I mean,
I'll take it though. That's a huge compliment, especially because he's so hot right now.
I definitely think the beard doesn't hurt the illusion. Like
the aesthetic.
Maybe if I close my eyes, I won't hear it anymore.
You're breathtaking.
Oh,
You're all breathtaking.
Oh no, I definitely hear it.
Yeah,
you
dude.
sound just like him. Like people on the radio show are gonna be like, "Whoa!"
You're like, dude, that's fucking Keanu Reeves.
We've got Keanu in studio here. And
that's what to say. You should
guys
be
are
like
breathtaking.
Britt Bass interviewing Keanu Reeves. He wouldn't take a picture with us though.
No.
But
he didn't have time.
Anyways, but yeah. So like outside of that though, something happened. Something cool happened, and I can't even remember. Oh yeah, we just got done recording our second Let's Play video for the YouTube guys.
Yes.
So right now it's under youtube.com/AljafraJamel because we're using my old YouTube account. But once we hit 100 subscribers, which we're only like 15 away, it will become the GameSpeak podcast YouTube.
Yeah.
But anyways, if you guys could help us out by going and subscribing to us over there, we have our Shenmue Part 1 going up this Saturday, which is fucking awesome. It's really funny. I think you guys will like it, especially if you enjoyed the Void Bastards one.
Yeah, definitely. I'm excited about these little videos. I don't know. It gives me something to look forward to, you know?
Yeah.
And hopefully you guys too. We'll have more content coming through the week, so it'll be
for sure.
Exciting.
We'll try it. So you can buy it. No, I'm just kidding. But Brent, what's been going on with you?
Well, let's see. I have been trying to get this job at this mushroom factory. I put in an application there.
Okay.
You know how I said I gave my girlfriend my old car when I got that new car?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my old car that I gave her is like officially basically broken down. So we're on the hunt to get her a car, and we've gone to a few like used car dealerships, and we've looked at a few cars. She looked at one earlier that some people were selling for like $1,500, and it had like 280,000 miles on it or something though. It looked a lot like your old car, the Grand Cherokee kind of. It wasn't a Grand Cherokee, but it was that same kind of style.
Okay.
And man, but it was just had so many miles. So we're like, I feel like if we buy this, we're gonna just drive off and it's gonna explode. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're kind of waiting because my dad says he knows a guy who's selling this nice car. He sent me some pictures of it, and he's like, if we can hold out till the end of the month, he'll sell us this sick ass car for like $6,000. And it's like really nice. It's like 2015 or something, and only has like 80,000 miles or something. So
no, that's definitely a good idea.
Yeah,
just hold out for the month. Dude.
That's what I think we're
get
gonna
rides
do. Instead of just buying that crappy car. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, it's smart.
But let's see. I went to a trampoline park yesterday.
Those are fun. Which one did you go to?
I went to Altitude in College Station. Have you been there?
I haven't been to Altitude. No.
It's pretty fun. Except I fucked my back up yesterday. I jumped from one of those like really high spots onto a trampoline. That's like you jump from like super high and you land on a trampoline and it bounces you high and you land in the foam.
Yeah.
Well, I jumped and I hit the trampoline and I guess I re-hurt my back from like a long time ago when I got in this boat wreck. You know what I mean?
Oh god.
But I don't know. I immediately felt it and I like shot through the air and landed in this foam, and I'm just laying there in the foam just like, oh god, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get out of this foam.
Just paralyzed from the neck down.
It's like I'm realizing my age. You know what I mean? And then it kind of sucked because after that I wasn't done jumping, but like my body was done jumping. Like I would jump and like every jump I felt it all the way through my back, and I was like, oh
god, dude, you need to come work out with me. You can't just keep dying like that.
Dude, I don't know. I don't think that has anything to do with like, because I was good, I wasn't like tired or like
no, I'm just talking about that it helps with the risk of injury and with aging and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just don't want you to be paralyzed from the neck down because you went to trampoline land.
No, see, that's why I'm sticking with my swimming, dude. The low impact shit. You know what I mean?
I feel that. No diving. No,
let's see. I hit a deer with my car.
Hell yeah!
This week. That was.
No, I'm just kidding. That's horrible.
It was scary as fuck.
Did it live?
I doubt it.
What happened to your car?
My car was fine.
Yeah, because you got the big old
I'm
fucking
in that big
Lego
boy car, yeah. Well, and I managed to slow down. Like I saw him walk out in front of me, and I hit the brakes, and I managed to slow down to like 30 miles an hour, and I swerved to get out of the way, and he just jumps in front of me when I swerve, and I hit him, and I just knew my car was gonna be just totaled, and I got out of my car, and the fender was just like a little bent. And it was it.
That was it.
That was it.
It could have been way worse, man.
Dude, I know. I've seen some pretty raunchy deer hitting accidents.
Deer collisions.
Deer collisions, yeah. So I'm pretty glad that I'm okay and stuff. My car's okay.
Yeah,
Deer's probably not okay, but new season of Black Mirror came out.
I watched that too.
Only 3 episodes. It wasn't as good as the other seasons.
Yeah, how's there only 3 fucking episodes? You can't call that a season.
How is the episode with Miley Cyrus the best episode of the season?
Why did that episode, spoilers, I guess, why did it feel like a Disney Channel original movie? In every way.
It really did.
It had the same feeling. It was just with Miley Cyrus cussing a lot.
I still kind of liked it. I think it was one of the better episodes of the season. I don't know. The first, I don't know. They were all okay. It was just. I want more.
The first episode was like, what? I instantly, not in any weird homosexual way, but I instantly thought of you and me playing that Striker X game or whatever, and then just being dude, let's see, but not to make out with each other, but we'd have a CP player, and I just feel that would be something we would totally try.
See, the whole time I'm watching that episode, I'm thinking about it from a game maker game,
it's not possible.
I'm thinking about it from the game maker's perspective. Why would they allow that?
Yeah, what there's no rule set to, it's
why would your avatar even have genitals? I mean?
But I was thinking Dead or Alive. I was thinking back to our days when we were playing Dead or Alive 3 and we wanted to unlock those sexy videos. Dude, you know what I'm saying? It instantly made me think of that, but for the next generation, I'm they're going to be trying some crazy shit. But I instantly, to me, it was okay, this guy's gay. They're both gay.
Definitely.
But at the end,
it kind of reminded me. That episode reminded me a lot of the Brokeback Mountain, the movie.
Oh my god!
It was like Brokeback Mountain in VR.
The Brokeback VR. But the thing is like, I was like, okay, I get it. Like, he's gay. Why doesn't he just tell his wife and they go their separate ways? It's not like they're happy together anymore.
Because I think he's conflicted about it. I don't think he's actually gay. I think he is gay, but he's like...
But he's not. That was the thing, is like they met up to like kiss or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not gay." He's like,
and
"I just like making out."
Start fighting. I don't know. That was so weird. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah, and then, like, what it is that he just really gets off on like making out with this like weird, Asian kung fu girl like in a video game.
Yeah,
and I was like, why wouldn't they just put computer players and then do the same thing?
He said he tried it with computer players and it wasn't the same.
Yeah, well, that is true. He's like, I even fucked a panda.
Yeah, he said I fucked a panda. He's like, I did the gangbang with 4 players.
So like everyone was just down to fuck in that game.
I guess
like,
that's the thing. Is that what the future is going to be like? Is there going to be like lobbies that allow fucking and lobbies that don't allow fucking, and like the lobbies that do are just like huge orgies? Like,
and that's the thing. Like, me and my girlfriend were watching it, and like instantly, like as soon as like they got into the game and they were like slowly going to each other, I was like joking around. I was like, watch, they're gonna fuck, and then instantly they just start making out. I'm like, what the fuck what is happening? Like, straight up, like I
knew they were gay from the moment like when they're first bonding on the couch and he like jumped up and he like started like fake humping him.
I didn't get that. I got the vibes of like a bro just being a bro.
Immediately I was like, oh, they're gay. I was like, I know it.
Really? I thought what was going to happen was that he was going to, like, sleep with his girlfriend. Like, I thought there was going to be, like, some betrayal going on. Like he actually liked that dude's, like, wife or whatever. Because, like, remember, he's, like, just staring at that chick's, like...
that was my second thought. Whenever he showed up at the barbecue, I'm like, okay.
It was all awkward.
Yeah, I was like, something happened that was, like, awkward between them. Maybe he, like, stole his girl or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what I was assuming. I didn't think anything was gay. I didn't even really think they were gonna fuck. I was just joking. I was like, what? I was like, they're just gonna fuck, like, and then just instantly, and then from that point forward, neither of us took that episode seriously.
I wish there would have been more content in the season, though. Like, I enjoyed all 3 episodes. I think that there have definitely been better episodes all throughout the Black Mirror's history. I just wish that we would have got, like, at least 3 or 4 more episodes. Like, 3 episodes for a season is just so, like, oh, it hurts my soul. Because I know I'm going to wait, like, 2 more years for the next fucking season of Black Mirror. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and it probably won't be that good.
No.
I mean, like, I feel like they had their heyday, and now they're just trying to keep on.
I don't mind. If they keep producing content at this, like, level of quality, like, I mean, it's not the greatest, but I'll be okay with that as long as it doesn't like get worse than this. I'm okay with that.
I could see
they had Topher Grace in that shit. That's the problem. They blew their budget on Hannah Montana and Topher Grace, dude.
And the dude from the first one, the Striker X guy, what was his name?
Oh man,
he's in Avengers. Or he's like in the Marvel.
Oh yeah. The Clarence parents have a real nice marriage guy from 8 Mile.
Yeah, what's his real name? It's like Howard. Terrence Howard.
No, that's not Terrence Howard. Terrence Howard's the guy from from Hustle and Flow.
And then who is that?
Ah man, hey, I'll look him up.
Okay, you look him up. You guys. Don't watch it. I mean, I guess you can just, I don't know, watch it for the experience, I guess. But yeah, it wasn't really that great. But anyways, let's jump into the news. Who was it?
It's still loading. I've got
okay.
Oh, it's because I'm on your Wi-Fi or somebody's Wi-Fi. Hang on, let me get off of that.
That's not good. No, just so you guys know. Actually, there's really not any news this week. We're just gonna get straight.
It's all kind of relates to
E3. This is just like an E3 episode, so that's why we got a little bit more talking and done at the beginning.
His name is Anthony Mackie.
Oh, Anthony Mackie. Okay. I did not know that was that guy's name.
Or Anthony McKee. I'm not sure. Either way.
I'm going to go with Mackie, dude.
That's definitely him, though.
But so we'll jump on to this week's releases just to get them out of the way, just so you guys know what games are coming. And then we'll get into the E3.
Right.
Okay, so this week's releases is basically all the games that are coming out in the next 7 days to every platform. So starting with Vacation Simulator coming to PSVR on June 18th for $29.99.
About dime time. Probably waiting for a sale on that one, but
yeah, probably $30. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Following record enrollment in the Job Simulator. Robots set out to uncover what else humans did besides job. After years of balancing buoyancy levels, cataloging campfire chronicles, and securing ski slope safety protocols, their research led to the creation of a rough approximation of not jobbing. The Vacation Simulator. Visit the vibrant world of Vacation Island and make real memories of a simulated vacation.
I hope they have a skiing minigame. That would be fucking sick.
Oh, there's gotta be, dude. There's gotta be. And then we got Double Dragon 2, The Revenge, coming to Nintendo Switch Online on June 12th.
Okay.
And then we got Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night, coming to Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and PC on June 18th for $39.99. This is a long-awaited game, but Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is an exploration-focused side-scroller action RPG by Koji Igarashi. Play as Miriam, an orphan scarred by an alchemist's curse that slowly crystallizes her body.
This is the one that's like the spiritual successor to Castlevania, right?
Correct, and it's made by the guy who made it. Okay. Yeah, who made Castlevania. Battle through a demon-infested castle and defeat its master to save yourself and all of humanity. And then we got Blaster Master Zero coming to PC on June 14th for $9.99. Blaster Master Zero marks the rebirth of the Blaster Master series. Using the original Blaster Master game as a base, Blaster Master Zero both harkens back to the golden age of gaming and uses the current generation hardware to optimize and power up the game for the players of today. And then we got Battle Worlds Chronos coming to Switch on June 11th for $29.99. Battle Worlds Chronos is a turn-based strategy game by King Art Games. And then we got Volleyball coming to Nintendo Switch Online on June 12th. And then City Connection coming to Nintendo Switch Online on June 12th. And then we got Mini Mech Mayhem coming to PSVR on June 18th for $19.99. Mini Mech Mayhem is a robot battle game in VR where you're the big buddy and your mini mech partner is the little buddy in this tabletop VR battle game for up to 4 players online. Team up with your little mech buddy to plan a flawless strategy.
Okay.
And then we got Verlet Swing, or Verlet Swing, I'm not sure. But it's coming to PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC on June 14th for $14.99. Grab your hookshot and enter surreal fever dreams in a eccentric world where weird stuff happens, where statues stare you down, and you die on impact with any of your surroundings. Wait, what? And you die on impact.
I guess if you're swinging around, you...
Oh, okay, yeah, you're using the hookshot. And that's Verlet Swing, an abstract gauntlet that transforms into weirder and more challenging courses as you sail and soar through strange landscapes of koi fish, pizza slices, and other bizarre obstacles.
Oh, dude, it's got pizza and koi fish.
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm in.
Maybe put like some koi fish on the pizza.
Oh, bro.
Do you think koi fish tastes good?
I doubt it. Otherwise, I bet people would eat it a lot more.
That's true.
You know?
That's true. Leisure Suit Larry, Wet Dreams Don't Dry. It's coming to Switch on June 13th for $39.99. Hey, ladies, I'm back in business. My new adventure, Leisure Suit Larry, Wet Dreams Don't Dry, takes me, whatever the route or twist of fate, from the end of the 80s directly to the 21st century. And wow, how the world has changed. While my view of the world and women from way back in the 1980s collides with modern reality harder than the breast of a lusciously stacked blonde jogging along a beach, I'm all set to date my way across the modern world. In a point-and-click adventure I'd call typical for the genre, we mutually experience how I fall head over heels in love with Faith, the hot-to-trot assistant to the boss at Prune. I know this is not what Leisure Suit sounds like, but...
No, it's okay, but what's this coming to? Is this just
It's
PC?
coming to Switch.
It's coming to Switch?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I might play this, dude. I don't know. I love me a good point and click. And I've been to the point, like, I've gotten to the point where I really like point and clicks on the Switch, particularly. Because if it's one of those where you have to, like, hit, like, push and then the object, you can use the touch screen, you know? And just hit, like, push. It's so much faster than just, like, moving your little cursor across the screen. You know what I mean?
True that. The Switch was made for it.
Like, Thimbleweed Park particularly is, like, made for the Switch. Like, it's so perfect. I don't know.
Yeah. And then we got Lovely Planet 2 coming to PC on June 18th. Couldn't find a price for this one. Lovely Planet 2 is the sequel to the most adorable first-person shooter gun ballet. I don't ballet.
Is it ballet?
It's ballet.
Gun ballet.
Okay. Feel the speed once again as you jump and shoot your way through the familiar, cutesy, abstract world filled with clever traps and angry baddies fuming with rage. And then we got Triton Survival coming to PC on June 14th. Couldn't find a price for this one, but Triton Survival is a galactic survival game with an intense action focused on surviving, crafting, gathering resources, and beat attacks of enemy hordes from the Neptune planetary system. Yeah, so that's basically it. That's all of the games coming out this week. Thank God. Because my voice is like trying to escape me. So let's jump on over to currently playing, and then we can jump into the topics.
Yes. What are you currently playing, my brother?
So I've been playing Void Bastards ever since we did the video the other day.
How far along? You got your stapler, I
Oh,
see.
yes, I definitely got my stapler. I'm like way in there. Actually, I found out that not many people play Void Bastards, which is very strange because I've been trying to, get all the achievements. And one of the achievements that I just got is like the 9th one that I got out of 24. It's taken me a while because like there's a lot of shit you got to do. You got to collect a bunch of stuff to like create things and whatnot. But anyways, the 9th one that I got wasn't even something that it's like almost like part of the story. It is part of the story. Like basically I had to collect something for just the normal ass story, and it was considered a rare achievement.
Wow.
And only 5.97% of players got it.
I think Void Bastards kind of slipped under the radar for a lot of people because it's a good game. I think once as Game Pass blows up and gets bigger and more popular, I think Void Bastards will as well.
Yeah, and I think they're paying close attention to it, like the creators, because I went and joined the subreddit for Void Bastards, and there's only like 800 people on there.
Wow.
And like every day, it's like kind of like a cult, group of, a cult following right now, which is kind of cool because like we just go in there and like, post stuff about like, oh, this is really cool, or check out like my loot from this one.
Yeah.
And like, and I think like, and people are posting like, oh, you guys should do this, or like you should change this aspect of the game, or maybe you should add like this or that, so it's pretty cool. So I think they have their ears pretty close to the ground on what the people want, hopefully.
Cool. Yeah.
And I mean, they liked our video. That's how small it is.
That's still really cool, though.
It is really cool. Blue Manchu, yeah, they liked our.
Sounds like some cool folks over there. I love that. Like we're in a day and age where game developers can like add to their games if they want to.
Yeah.
If they just like
they can listen to the people. They can communicate.
I love it. I love that.
Need DLC. Anyways, and I tried out Elder Scrolls Blade thanks to E3. Yeah. I was like, I'll just give it a go. It's not for me.
Not for you?
No,
not even when you get the Switch with the motion controls?
That's the only reason. And you just kind of gave away the
sorry.
The E3 stuff. I mean,
My
that's
bad.
fine. But
I'm
like,
too hyped.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Anyways, yeah, go ahead. What are you playing?
So I started out playing Batman Arkham Origins, and I don't know, man. After playing Arkham Knight, which is on Game Pass now, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
Dude, I just can't go back, man. Arkham Knight is just too good, and then Arkham Origins is all right, but like. First of all, the other ones I played were remastered for the newer consoles, So this is the first one that I played that was like actually like last gen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's kind of hard to remaster.
It's just kind of hard to look past like some of the texture pop-ins and stuff after every raindrop hits Batman's cape perfectly.
This is beautiful.
You know what I mean? Like it's just so glorious in Arkham Knight, and then you go back to Origins, it's like, all right, maybe I should just stop.
It's still looking dusty.
So I'm thinking like I'm gonna wait a little bit longer before I jump into Arkham Origins because I'm still not there yet. So I was like, okay, I need something to play because my Game Pass had gone up. This is before E3 and all that shit. And my Game Pass had gone up, and I was like, I'm so bored. So I was like, I'm going to go to Game Exchange and see if I can find some old backwards compatible games that are fun, Yeah. I don't know why. I'm just excited to have a disc drive on my Xbox now. That works, So I picked up 3 games. I only paid $11 for all 3 games. I got Mass Effect 2, which I haven't jumped into yet, but it was only $5. I'm like, fuck yeah. And then I got another game for $5. I got Hitman Absolution, which was only $5. And then they were like, you can have another game for free because, is buy two, get one free. So I got Splinter Cell Conviction also.
Nice. I never played that one.
I thought I hadn't played it, but then I got home and I started playing it, and you know that feeling when you're like watching a movie and you're like, man, I think I've seen this movie before. I got that feeling through like the first 3 levels of the game, and then finally something happened in the game. Like, oh my god, dude! I was like, I've played this whole fucking game before, dude. I've beaten it from like inside out. I don't know. I must have rented it from a Redbox or something back in the day. But I beat that whole ass game before, and like it kind of ruined it for me. So I played like half of it, and I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm moving on to Hitman Absolution. And I was kind of worried about that. I was like, okay, maybe I've played this one too. I don't know,
Yeah.
But I plugged it in, and I gotta say, Hitman Absolution is really fun. Have you played it? Dude, you gotta borrow it if you get bored. It's like, it's a lot like the modern Hitman games. Only,
is it really?
Yeah, it's got all the same cool features from the modern games, like wearing the disguises and like picking up stuff, and like almost everything that's cool about the new games is cool in that game. Only the story is like 30 times better than the new games.
Yeah, the last Hitman I played before they changed to like the episodic thing was Hitman 2.
Hitman
on
2?
like the PS2 and the original Xbox.
That was like the grungy old school Hitman.
Dude, I love those games.
Dude, yeah.
Like they had so much.
Absolution is sick, dude. Like it is so much fun. It's like the best $5 I've spent in a long time, man.
Damn.
I'm having so much fun with it. The cool thing about Absolution is like, with the newer Hitman games, with the first one particularly, they were so worried about doing it like episodically that every level is so big and so huge, you know what I mean? That they don't throw you into any small scenarios as Hitman or as Agent 47.
Yeah.
know? Whereas this game has like some levels that are huge like that, and some levels where basically you're just trying to like walk from one spot to the other without getting seen. Like there's one part where you like are in this crowd waiting on a bus, and there's all these cops walking around looking for you. And like, you're in a disguise or whatever, but you basically just have to like meander around this crowd for 60 seconds. While like you're waiting on this train to arrive, and like there's cops everywhere with like flashlights and stuff, and it's just like super tense, but nothing's really happening other than you just like standing there like trying to avoid getting a flashlight. It's just super
creative.
It's really creative. They have all these little scenarios that are just like, oh man, this is a really, or like there's one where you go into a gun shop and like your guns are like locked in a case, and the guy's like, yeah, if you want your guns back, you gotta like outshoot my niece or whatever. She's out there and she's like Annie Oakley basically. So you can either go out there and like beat her in a competition, or you can go through this long intricate like thing to like steal the keys and get the keys and like sneak over and get your guns that way. Like there's so many different ways you can tackle every mission, and like the cutscenes are a lot better than the new ones. I don't know, it's just a really, really good game. I don't know.
Cool. Sounds fun.
But yeah, I think I got a lot of cool Game Pass stuff I'm going to get back into whenever I get home tonight. But,
Sweet. Yeah, and if you guys want to let us know what you've been playing, post it in the Facebook group at facebook.com/group/GameSpeak podcast.
Yeah.
We're going to jump on into the topic of the show, which is E3 2019. We're going to kick it off with the first... Actually, and I think it was EA. EA was the first to go, right?
I think so, yeah.
So, let's start with EA. I couldn't get through this whole thing. Like, I have all the details, but I couldn't watch the whole thing. I was just, like, bored out of my mind. So, starting off with Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order.
I've seen a lot of this E3, and I'm pretty stoked.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So, they showed off, like, 13 minutes of gameplay, and...
I noticed they got the game looking a lot better than that first trailer they showed.
It looks better. It still looked kind of jank to me, though.
It's still... You know what looks a little jank to me?
What's that?
The level design.
The level design looked whack, dude.
Everything looked kind of bare and, like, empty, but the character models looked a lot better.
They looked better, but if you noticed, like, the stormtroopers just, like, stood in position and, like, never, like, maneuvered or, did anything.
I think that's going to have something to do with, like, the combat system. I think what we're going to get there is a For Honor style, like, combat, which is actually going to be really tight with lightsabers, if it's what I think it is.
I didn't really see that. I saw it. By that, I mean, like, they didn't move, like, going. No, like, AI happening. They were just, like, stand in one spot and
be like, whenever he's approaching the stormtroopers that have, like, the shock batons, it looked like they were getting ready to, like, parry his attacks or whatever whenever he's coming close. So I think it's going to be more of a strategy thing. Like, where you strike. Now, the people, like, shooting the guns at him, I don't know, that looked kind of like he's just bouncing their bullets back, you know?
Yeah, it's like they weren't even really a threat.
The force powers and stuff look really cool, though.
And the guy playing it, whoever was playing the game, was just utter trash. And you could tell they were doing it on purpose. Like, he was, like, purposely trying to, like, I don't know, there were so many points where he could have went in and just fucking slayed that dude with the shock batons. But every time he got that chance, he would, like, run back some, like, oh, I gotta keep this fight going. And it was just really, really staged and really upsetting to watch. But
I think the game is gonna get pushed back. That's my theory.
Absolutely. Even though they did give a release date, which was November 15th of this year.
I think I don't think we'll see it till 2020.
No.
That's just my theory.
There's no way it comes November 15th because, like, it still needs a lot of work. You can tell it needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
And, like, I mean, the voice acting was okay.
And this is going to be, like, their cash cow. I don't think they're going to put it out in, like, terrible shape. I really don't think.
No. And this is, like, their last chance with Star Wars, I feel like. Like, they better fucking do it right. Or, like, I feel like Disney's going to be like, no, EA, like, you can't. We're taking this back.
I've got really high hopes, but, you know, maybe a little too high.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not hating. I'm excited to see what comes of it.
I like Respawn, so I have a lot of faith in them. Yeah. And I think that they won't let us down. I think they were pressured to show something, probably.
Yeah. I feel like EA has a lot of say in what's happening. Mm-hmm. That's what bothers me about it. But anyways, after that, we got some Apex Legends news, which was the second season begins July 2nd. A new legend named Watson who can lay down up to 12 defensive laser barriers and has an ultimate ability that builds a robot that shoots down grenades and mortars. There's a new gun called the L-Star that looks very overpowered and can shoot open doors. A ranked mode will reward you for consistently dominating on the battlefield, and even the Mozambique is getting a new buff that'll supposedly make it good.
Oh shit. The Mozambique is going to be good, bro.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
That's the highlight of season 2 right there.
I wonder how many people are still playing Apex regularly.
Not me.
Yeah, I haven't played it in a long time.
There's just too much shit to play, man. I mean, don't get me wrong. It was fun, and I'll probably jump back in at some point. You know,
just to try the Mozambique.
Yeah, just give the Mozambique another shot, you know?
Yeah, but there's all that, you know, pretty not that exciting. I mean, it's just game. I've noticed that there's a lot of stuff here that it's like games that are already out, and they're just like adding to it.
Oddly enough, when I find myself wanting to play Battle Royale, I find myself jumping into Call of Duty's Battle Royale lately.
Blackout?
Yeah, I don't know why. I've been going for Blackout lately. I've got them all, and I've just been going for Blackout lately. I don't know.
That's the thing when everybody's got one. I mean, you get to pick and choose like based on what you're feeling.
Yeah.
Know? But anyways, so Battlefield 5, DICE showed off one of the new maps coming in the free Chapter 4 update called Marita. It's a Greek village with tight streets that emphasize infantry combat. It's one of several new maps coming in Chapter 4, which DICE has been teasing for a few weeks. DICE also teased Chapter 5, which takes players to the specific theater of war to do battle against Japan. The M1 Grand is coming back. That's still a ways away, though. Chapter 4 doesn't release, or Chapter 4 releases in June or on June 27th.
I heard Battlefield's Battle Royale is pretty good.
Yeah, I've heard the same. And then we got FIFA 20. Yeah, so it's getting a street mode where you can form squads of your favorite players and compete in 3 versus 3 or 4v4 and 5v5 matches called Volta Football. This street mode will also have a new story mode, an online league, kickoff games featuring pro players, and a feature called Volta World where you'll build your ultimate squad.
I wish they would do like a Midway Sports thing with that, where their like heads would catch on fire and shit. Just for street mode, you know?
Yeah, right. FIFA 20 is coming out on September 27th. The Switch version will only receive an updated roster from 19, so it's not going to get all that extra shit, which is
okay.
kind of fucked up, but whatever.
They always giving Switch the dick, man.
Yeah, dude. And then Madden NFL 20, a full career mode where you can create a character and take them from college to the Super Bowl. It's getting a mode called Superstar X Factor.
You can go from college to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, dude.
That's kind of tight. You get to like play as a college team and then go to like the NFL. That's cool. I wonder if it's like actual colleges or if it's just some made up. Because like you got to think about licensing and stuff. Can they do that? You know?
I would imagine so. It's fucking Madden. It's Madden, dude.
That might be tight, dude. I don't know. I like sports games where there's like a story mode where you can like build your career from the ground up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people don't like that aspect.
I do. Like, see, that's the thing that'll draw me into a sports game, because normally sports games kind of turn me off just because it's like, you know, basic. It's like
there's like nothing to
no
it,
substance to it. You know, I don't mind like I don't know, that'd be cool to get rich and famous in the game.
Yeah, for sure. It's getting a mode called Superstar X Factor, a feature that gives your players special abilities when they achieve certain objectives. One of the abilities, for example, is perfect passing accuracy while on the run.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so just fucking cheat your way.
Yeah, cheat your way to the top.
And then The Sims 4 is getting an island living expansion on June 21st. Sims can now freely swim around the ocean and explore coral reefs full of dolphins and tropical fish. The big volcano that will occasionally explode and send chunks of molten rock flying at you. A big theme of the expansion is conservation, and island spirits will become unhappy with you if you don't work to preserve and protect the island's ecology. And yeah, you can become a mermaid and get special powers.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah,
I love a good Sims expansion, you know? You can pretty much put the Sims anywhere, and I'm going to be happy with it. You know?
Yeah, for sure. With mermaids. But yeah, that was the entire EA Play, basically.
Wow, whack.
Yeah.
How'd they stretch that into an hour?
It was horrible. The conference score that I gave, this is like my score out of 10. I give it a 4. It was trash. Other than the Star Wars thing, like, and that's where a lot of the time went. I mean, 13 minutes of like gameplay.
I didn't watch it, so I can't give it a fair score. But I'm gonna, just by the information presented, I'm gonna have to give it a solid 4.
Yeah,
you know?
It's a good solid 4.
Solid
dude.
4.
And it's only a 4 because of Star Wars. Like, if that wasn't there, it'd be a 0 for me.
I don't know. Sims got it. You know, it'd be like at least a 1 for the Sims. You know,
I'm not gonna play it. I don't care.
You know.
So, you said you got like Devolver Digital and stuff like that.
Yeah. Do you want to hear about Devolver Digital real quick, or do you want to go in like order of how they were?
What was Xbox next?
I think Xbox was next. Yeah.
Okay. Did you get stuff for Xbox?
Yeah, I got a lot of stuff for Xbox. You want me to run through it?
Yeah, you can run through Xbox.
Okay. A lot of this stuff I don't have like, you know, descriptions on or anything, but I watched the whole thing. So
I've got descriptions.
If you have any questions, you know, we can probably down to the
nitty
gritty.
You now, or like you say what it is, and then I'll give the description of what they talked about.
So some of this might be out of order, but I've got a lot of stuff here. So Microsoft talked about Minecraft Dungeons was one of the first things they showed off. Did you see that?
Yeah, which we've seen before.
Have we?
Yeah, Minecraft and Diablo mixed together. It'll be out spring next year.
Kind of looks tight, dude. I'm not a huge Minecraft guy or anything, but like, I'm a big like Gauntlet Diablo kind of thing. I think that'd be fun, man. I'm all about it.
It's like 4-player local and online multiplayer.
Yeah, it's gonna be sick.
But that's also coming to Switch and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. That'd be tight on Switch, bro.
Yeah,
break a Joy-Con off. That's a good break a Joy-Con off kind of game. You know what I mean? Let's see. I'll go ahead and talk about some of the meat and potato stuff. We saw a trailer for Halo Infinite, which looks pretty wild. Did you see that?
Yeah, I mean, it was cool, I guess, but I mean,
it didn't really show off anything. I mean, it was kind of like, first of all, the graphics weren't that impressive. They're like, it's gonna debut with Scarlett, Xbox Scarlett, which they talked about a little bit. Yeah,
so it will be next gen game launch title next fall.
Mm-hmm. I think it'll be on Xbox One also, though.
Yeah, and we saw a CG trailer. There was no gameplay.
No.
The trailer shows a maroon space soldier forlornly watching old messages from his family when Master Chief shows up outside his craft, suspended in the void of space. He's fixed up and brought back to life, and the iconic shield bar appears at the top of the screen.
I was about to say, you noticed the old school shield bar up there.
Yeah, which, I mean, like, at this point, we should have seen some gameplay. I'm sorry, but what do you mean you think? It's coming out next year. We've known about this for a while. They built a
whole new game engine for it, though. I mean, they're trying, you know.
It doesn't matter. We should have at least seen, like, a little bit of gameplay. Dude, they showed us, they announced this at E3 last year.
Yeah, but they also announced, you know, Elder Scrolls 6 at E3 last year, and nobody's pressing them for gameplay.
But they said it wouldn't be out for like years and years.
Yeah,
they even said like, "Hey guys, yeah, this is basically like we have nothing to show you." You know, with Xbox, like
I think this is more of just like them saying, "Hey, you know, this is when Scarlett's coming out, and this is when Halo's coming out." I think they just had to have some kind of clip to show more than anything, you know.
Exactly. Which, yeah, whatever.
But I don't know. While we're talking about it, they did talk about Xbox Scarlett, the future. I don't know too much, but I got some stuff written down here. It says Project Scarlett will set a new bar for console power, speed, and performance, arriving holiday 2020 alongside Halo Infinite, powered by a custom-designed processor leveraging the latest Zen 2 Radeon RDNA architecture from our partners at AMD. Project Scarlett will deliver a new level of immersion, paired with high-bandwidth GDDR6 memory and the next-generation solid-state drive. Project Scarlett will provide developers the power they require to bring their creative visions to life, featuring hardware, accelerated ray tracing, variable refresh rate, 8K capabilities, and ultra-low latency input. Project Scarlett will deliver a new level of fidelity, precision, and accuracy never before seen in console gaming. They said it's going to be 4 times more powerful than the Xbox One X.
Yeah, so, but by the time it comes out next year, it'll be even older. You know what I'm saying? Like the technology, you know, it's just kind of weird. I mean, that's how it goes with consoles, though.
I don't know, man. I think the solid-state drives are just, you know, like, it's just now at a point where we can afford to put that in a console and, like, you know, get away with it.
It's interesting. I'm ready to see it, you know? I'm ready to see it. Anyways, what else?
They talked about Gears 5 a little bit.
But before we get off of that, they still didn't name the Xbox. They just
it's just Xbox Scarlett still, or
Project Scarlett. It's like, come on, guys, at least give us the fucking name.
Yeah, give us a name, dude.
We all know it's coming. Like, just be like, okay, this one's called, you know, fucking Xbox Dose or whatever the fuck.
I wish they would just name it Scarlett. That sounds tight to me. If it was just Xbox Scarlett, that would be cool. You know?
I wouldn't like that. Honestly, that'd be a letdown, in my opinion, because we already knew it was called Scarlett. Like, I want something that comes out of left field that changes, you know, like, because obviously they can't go Xbox 2, you know, or maybe they will go Xbox 2.
They need to get prolific with it. They need some kind of crazy name after it, like the
Xbox Ice.
Yes, dude.
Something crazy. Anyways, yeah, Gears
5. There's a trippy trailer where there's like this head and like all these other heads splitting off of the head, and they're all screaming, and like there's a couple of familiar faces, and I don't know, but they talked about it a little bit, you know. I mean, it's coming, you know. Yeah,
this one I put weird artsy trailer with fucking Billie Eilish playing. Yes, I know our last name's not Eyelash. Anyways,
silly Five Flash, bro.
It releases September 10th or September 5th if you are if you're subscribed to Game Pass Ultimate, which
and Game Pass Ultimate, you'll get the Ultimate Edition.
We'll talk about that in a second. Let's finish with Gears, and then we'll go into what that is.
This is related to Gears, you know?
Yeah, I know, but people are gonna be like, okay, wait, what? It's a bunch of stuff happening at once, but there's still a new mode, Escape, is coming to Gears of War 5. It's an aggressive 3-player co-op experience, is what they called it. But okay, now we're done with Gears. Gears is out of the way. They played a shitty CG 10-minute goddamn trailer. It's like, I don't need to see this.
I'm just so not excited about Gears of War. Like, I just can't get excited. I wanted to.
No.
You know, don't get me wrong. It's like, I want to be excited about it because I'm going to have Game Pass and stuff. And, you know, I'm going to be, you know, but I just don't give a shit.
Yeah, why didn't they show a gameplay trailer rather than just showing that stupid CG trailer? What was the point of that? We know what Gears of War is.
I know, man. I'm telling you. I feel like, okay, this should be a new E3 rule. Like, if you're not announcing something for the very first time, you better have some fucking gameplay.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
If it's not a world fucking premiere, dude.
World premiere.
Dude, you say that so good. You're probably the guy who did that.
Every
world premiere.
Like, every time I was like, oh, what is it? I'm like, oh.
There were some good ones.
Yeah, okay. What do you got?
Let's see. Well, I guess we can talk about Game Pass.
For sure.
So they talked about Game Pass and Xbox Live and the future of Game Pass and Xbox Live, which is Game Pass Ultimate.
Starting before they went into Game Pass Ultimate,
Right.
They let everyone know Borderlands, the Handsome Collection, Hollow Knight, Metro Exodus, and Batman Arkham Knight are all being added or are on Microsoft Game Pass today.
And Metro Exodus just came out like a month ago.
Yeah, it like literally,
and it didn't do bad. Everybody seemed to like it, so I can't wait to get in there and try that out.
For sure.
Also, they announced Xbox Game Pass for PC.
Yeah, which is a big deal because everyone was wanting the Master Chief Collection for PC. This is how you do it.
Boom. Got the Master Chief Collection. I think they added that flight simulator game. It's cool because Game Pass Ultimate is coming, or it's actually here already. It's here now. And
it's in beta. Yeah.
It's in beta.
Yeah, so the PC version's in beta with a specially selected range of games, including the Master Chief Collection.
Right. And if you have Game Pass Ultimate, you have the PC Game Pass.
Yep.
You have the Xbox Game Pass, and you have Xbox Live, all for $15 a month.
Yeah, $14.99 a month, and the first month right now is only $1. And so, like, if you have already 12 months, or say you have 6 or 12 months left of Xbox Live Gold, if you transition over to Game Pass Ultimate, you get all of that carried over on Game Pass as well.
Yeah.
So even
and
if
it's no better time because almost everything they announced today or on their show the other day was like coming to Game Pass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Almost everything. And there's like they announced like 60 games. You know what I mean?
Dude, literally everything that they announced was just like coming to Game Pass. Coming to Game Pass.
Premiering on Game Pass.
Yeah.
A lot of these games are like brand new ass games that are going to be like out on Game Pass before anything,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
you'll get like all the features. I don't know, it's really cool. Game Pass is looking like Game Pass went from like a kind of like good deal to
the
like
best fucking deal.
Like, dude, and that's another thing. Fucking Stadia and all that shit, like, you know what I mean? You get your Game Pass for $15 a month and basically get everything, or you can buy like Stadia and like Uplay Plus or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean, and pay like $50 a month. I don't know.
Just wait till Project xCloud comes out or whatever. I mean,
bro.
And it's part of Game Pass, I bet.
That's another thing they gave us some info on is Project xCloud or whatever it's going to be called. Console streaming. They talked about it. They said console streaming is coming in beta for Xbox One this October. It said, with console streaming, gamers will have access to their Xbox One game library and Game Pass titles on the go, streamed directly from an Xbox One console to a mobile device.
So that's more like the PS4,
thing?
like Play or whatever it's called. What is it?
The question is, like, I don't know, can I just leave my Xbox on at home and like play games? Yeah. That's pretty cool, I guess. I don't know.
And they say there's like no like latency or anything.
Yeah, they showed what's her name playing some girl playing Doom. You know what I mean?
I think that was on a different stage.
Was that a? Oh yeah, you're right. That was on the Bethesda E3. My bad.
Maybe, yeah, they didn't even show it off. I got those two mixed up too.
They said that people were going to be trying it though at E3, like that you would have like
on the
beta
show floor.
access, to certain games.
Okay, what else you got?
Okay, so Double Fine is becoming an Xbox studio. Tim Schafer came out, one of my gaming idols. Very excited to see him there. Looking good, looking young, looking fresh. They're an Xbox studio now, and Psychonauts is going to be on Game Pass. Psychonauts
Day
2, one.
Psychonauts 2, man. Thought I was going to have to pay for that shit.
Not to mention, since they're partnering, I almost guarantee you we'll see Brutal Legend on Game Pass. And,
at some point.
What's the other one they did that was so
Castle
popular?
Crashers.
No.
Wasn't that Double Fine?
It was. I don't know, but there's another one that I'm thinking of that's not that. Oh, Broken Age. Broken Age is already on Game Pass, actually, I think.
But see, another thing about this acquisition for Microsoft is that apparently Psychonauts 2 will still be on every other console.
Sure.
But after this, the next title that he's working on will be Xbox exclusive. So
I'm so about that life. And I don't know. It'll be cool that I don't even care if it comes to other consoles. I just want to be able to play it on Game Pass. Like, they already have my business because I'm going to be doing it on Game Pass just because it's there, you know?
And they showed a trailer for Psychonauts 2 that looked really, really awesome. It was very nostalgia-inducing.
I gotta say, man, I can't shake the feeling that PlayStation fucked up by not showing up to E3 this year, man. I don't know.
We'll talk more about that. We gotta get through all of Xbox and everything, and then we'll do like our because I've got a lot to say about that too.
Yeah.
But let's finish up with Xbox.
Okay, so we talked about the new games that just came out. Let's see. We talked about Game Pass for PC. We talked about Microsoft Flight Simulator, which
we didn't talk about.
Did we not? Okay, so Microsoft Flight Simulator is coming out. If you guys know, back in the day, there was Microsoft Flight Simulator. And it was, obviously corny graphics and stuff, but it was super high tech for the time. And, they actually used it to, like, train people and stuff.
Yeah.
This looks sick, bro.
Well,
I don't know. Like, it looks so realistic. Everything, like, I think what you're getting here is just like a super hyper realistic flight simulator.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It uses Microsoft's Azure artificial intelligence and satellite imagery. And it's coming to Xbox and PC in 2020.
It's fucking badass, bro.
I'm gonna play that. It's gonna be on Game Pass. They said so. It's like I'm
really
gonna give it a go.
I hope they do like a Windows mixed reality like VR thing for it.
That would be cool.
That would be really tight to just be like realistically like I don't know.
Just fly.
Let's see. Games premiering on Game Pass. They talked about Battletoads is going to be premiering on Game Pass. Gears 5 obviously is going to be premiering on Game Pass. They showed a little bit of the Battletoads footage too. It looks a lot more cartoony and stuff than I thought it would. Did you see all that?
It looks nice. I mean, it looks like what I imagine a modern day Battletoads would look like.
I imagined like full 3D character models and stuff.
Oh, I'm glad they didn't do that.
I don't know, man. That's just what I was thinking, and then it didn't happen. I'm like, whoa, but I'm okay with that either way. They talked about Bleeding Edge.
Bleeding Edge was the one of the acquired studios,
right? And this one's going to be coming straight to Game Pass. They said The Outer Worlds is going to be coming straight to Game Pass, premiering on Game Pass.
Yeah, we saw a trailer. That was the first thing they showed was like a trailer for Outer Worlds.
I'm hyped about this one. This is that Obsidian game that's basically like Fallout New Vegas' successor, I guess.
Bleeding Edge is made by Ninja Theory. Bleeding Edge, we got to talk about for a second because this is a Microsoft exclusive.
Right.
It's a new multiplayer melee combat game.
I was not expecting them to be like multiplayer. Yeah.
It looks honestly bad.
It looks horrible.
It looks like if Overwatch threw up on fucking Mortal Kombat or like.
I'm not going to count it out entirely, but it doesn't look good.
No, and it looks like some shitty thing. This is where, like, Game Pass kind of freaks me out because, like, if people are making games directly for Game Pass, they're like, oh, we need our Overwatch-style game. Oh, we need this or whatever. And it's like, this is just, like, none of these, like, feel like complete things. Like, this looks like...
Again, I'm not going to judge a book by its cover because I've played some games that just look like... Fortnite is a good example. When I first saw Fortnite, I was just like, but obviously it blew up and took over the world. You know what I mean? I think that, like, I'm not going to judge it by its cover just yet, but I definitely think, I don't know.
I'm judging it by its, like, blatant rip-offness of, like, even the characters and, like, everything.
I mean, they just wanted to do a hero game, like, everybody's got the hero shooter thing right now.
I guess it's cool that it's melee the whole time,
and
but it's like...
the melee combat is designed by the Devil May Cry guy and stuff. Like, they put a lot into it.
Oh, great.
I don't know, man. I think it
we'll
could be good.
We'll see.
Could be good.
But yeah, anyways.
But I'm not super excited about
it. No.
I am super excited about The Outer Worlds. They talked about Ori, Will of Wisps, obviously is going to come. And then they went through and, like, machine gun, like, 25 different games that are all, like, little indie games that are going to be premiering on Game Pass.
Definitely. Which, what is it called? It's like Xbox ID or something like that.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And it was like they're just bringing all of these indie games that are coming out like in the next year are all gonna come to Game Pass.
Some of them look kind of fun. None of them look like particularly impressive or anything, but I definitely am interested in a few of them. You know what I mean? And I'm glad we'll have access to them.
They look like indie games.
They look like indie games. They do.
And then one that took me by surprise, and I'm sure it took you by surprise too, the Layers of Fear guys, they did a Blair Witch game. It's just called Blair Witch, the game.
I'm excited that it's done by Bloober Team because I know that it's going to at least be like graphically all there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The way they set it up in the preview made it kind of look like Outlast. I really thought for a second that it was going to be Outlast 3.
I thought it was going to be like Alan Wake or some shit.
I thought Alan Wake for a second, too. There was a couple of different trailers where I was thinking Alan Wake for some reason.
Yeah, just because of the flashlight. I was like... But as soon as I saw the guy like staring at the wall in the corner of that cabin, I was like, wow, what a ripoff of Blair Witch. And then it was like Blair Witch. But yeah, it's set in 1996. The game is. So that's pretty interesting. That's a cool time to set something in. I'm excited to see how that turns out.
Yeah, dude, I have really high hopes for that one. I think that giving Bloober Team or a team like Bloober Team like a license and a budget is like a recipe for like, I don't know, something really great.
Hopefully. Yeah,
I don't know. I think it's going to be excellent.
I don't think that has anything to do with the Xbox though. I think it's coming to everything.
Yeah, I think so too. But still, it's exciting.
It's a good license to have for that type of development team.
They announced the Elite Controller 2, which is like the super expensive controllers.
It's like $180 or some shit. Somewhere around there. But basically this one, the main difference is that it has like these 3 buttons that you can like save button layouts to.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, this is my button layout for
and
Halo.
And you can like
or whatever.
adjust your trigger sensitivity. So it's like you can pull it real soft or real hard,
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
You can tighten your thumbsticks and it's got all kinds of neat little features, but
I like you give me that much option, I won't know what to do. Like I just won't use it.
Yeah,
like,
I'm just so used to the normal controller that I'll probably never. You know what I mean?
This is definitely a very niche crowd that will be buying that.
Let's see. We saw some Cyberpunk 2077 stuff.
This was probably the hypest moment of the entire show. Unfortunately, it wasn't an Xbox anything, but Keanu Reeves out on the stage
in the game too. Like they announced basically that Keanu is probably going to be some sort of main character in the game. I don't know. Yeah,
I forget what the game is based off of like a tabletop RPG that already exists. So like these you can actually go and read about all the characters like right now. Like you could read about the story, the characters and everything. His name is like something like Silverhand or some bullshit. Like I can't remember. I just remember seeing it somewhere on the internet and I was like, what the fuck? But anyways,
the game looks tight, dude.
It looks dope.
The little trailer they showed just looks fucking
the graphics,
sick,
dude. Even though it was like a CG trailer, it was like
I can't wait. I already know that this game is just gonna be the fucking tits, dude.
Yeah,
like, I can't wait.
I wish it would have had some gameplay shown though.
I saw this meme and it was like you, and then it was like a picture of Norman Reedus from the Death Stranding, and it was like versus the celebrity cameo she tells you not to worry about. It was Keanu Reeves.
God damn. So Keanu Reeves gave us the release date, which is April 16th of 2020.
God bless you, Keanu.
He's like, you're breathtaking. Yeah, so that was like a big thing. Yeah, let me see what else we got on here. Age of Empires 2, the definitive edition, is coming to Xbox with 4K with remastered audio. And I'm sure that's coming to PC as well if it's not already.
They talked about that Elden Ring game that they got the George R.R. Martin involved with.
Yeah, with the From Software guys, which we already knew about this beforehand. It kind of leaked. We were talking about it on last week's episode.
Right.
Which is why it wasn't as exciting.
We didn't have like a title or anything for it. And really, we don't know much more than the title and like some weird trippy video they showed. I mean,
yeah, another annoying video.
They do that a lot, just like some trippy ass video that doesn't really show anything about the game.
But the From Software like fanboys were probably fanning out. So I mean, it's
so
like,
hard.
You just got that, and then we got a world premiere. Which, and then after it said world premiere, you see the little like the text crawl from Star Wars. I was like, oh fuck, what is this gonna be? And then it was Lego Star Wars. It's coming 2020, and it has all 9 films.
I was about to say, it's not just Lego Star Wars, bro. It's the entire 9-film collection, dude.
I can't roll my eyes any harder,
the Skywalker saga, bro.
You don't
get it straight.
You don't
dude.
follow up world premiere with a Star Wars like fucking like intro and then it be Lego Star Wars.
Bro,
that's how you troll the fucking universe.
Don't fucking hate on Lego Star Wars.
I'm not hating, dude. I've already beat the first, like I beat the OG trilogy and the prequel.
Well, now you can
trilogy.
beat that new shit, bro.
I'd rather kill myself. No, just kidding. No, but I'm just saying, like, you can't pull that bullshit. Anyways,
they mentioned Crossfire X, which is a new world premiere.
That's not new. The Crossfire X has been like super popular for a long time in China. Microsoft is
new to us. Okay,
Microsoft has partnered with Smilegate to bring this China PC first-person shooter hit to Xbox Game Pass next year.
They were sure acting like it was new.
That was the main problem with this. But anyways, yeah, they didn't show anything about what the actual game is. They just showed this long-ass bullshit trailer.
I mean, it's obviously some military people shooting each other, you know?
Yeah, but it's like, is it first person? Is it third person? Is it a shooter?
Multiplayer military shooter.
And it's like, but the CG trailer lasted way too long. I was just like, okay.
There was a lot of that.
Yeah.
We got Age of Empires 2.
I already said that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. We got Wasteland 3.
Oh, yeah, we did get Wasteland 3.
Wasteland 3 was a kind of a bigger announcement, honestly. I think there's a lot of people, like, it's got a kind of a cult following. This one's going to be set in Colorado Springs, so that's interesting.
Honestly, it didn't look that appealing to me.
I mean, I don't like the Wasteland games just because of the top-down viewpoints and stuff, you know what I mean? But I see why people would like them, you know what I mean? And I see why people would get excited.
For sure.
They talked about the new Dragon Ball Z game, Kakarot.
Yeah, so it's going to be a action RPG, which is following the story of Goku, and it's coming 2020.
So is this going to be like the original, basically like the cartoon? Like
yeah, so it's going to like follow the like I believe up through like maybe I think it goes through like the Cell Saga. I don't remember like what they said about it, honestly. But I guess we'll see.
I'm sure if it does well,
sequels.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm sure if it does well, they'll do the rest of it, you know?
Yeah, it looks interesting. I'll play it. I'd rather play it than watch the anime again to remember the story.
Definitely.
We saw some game called 12 Minutes.
Dude, that looks really interesting to me.
Yeah, it's like a top-down 3D interactive thriller about a man trapped in a time loop.
Yeah, in the preview, it showed, like, some guy that was about to break in, and his wife's like, I got you a present. And he's like, I know, you're pregnant. He's about to come through the door right now. You gotta move. And she's like, what are you talking about, sweetie? And then, like, I don't know. It was really interesting looking. Like,
I don't know if the execution, pun intended, but of the game, like, being a top-down thing, like, I wish it was more like third person over the shoulder or like a first person.
Yeah.
Top-down games just really, I can't get into them.
Probably a budgeting thing.
I know, sucks. It sucks.
But I like their idea.
I really do.
I think it has a lot of potential. We saw some more gameplay from Dying Light. It looked pretty interesting. Dying Light 2.
Yeah, but we've known about it for a while.
Sure, but I mean, the parkour though,
Yeah, and it's the parkour, and it's gonna be more story focused this time, and it's coming spring 2020. Mm-hmm. Spiritfarer, which it looked like a Studio Ghibli film, kind of.
Saw that.
Yeah,
interesting.
You build a boat to explore the world, meet and care for spirits, and then eventually release them. It'll be launching directly to Xbox Game Pass as well as Xbox Game Pass for PC.
Well, as long as it's coming to Game Pass, I'll give it a try.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Mean, fuck it,
So basically, you're like the person that takes spirits from like death to wherever they go next, and like you're on the ship, And then it's like, you learn to say goodbye. I'm like, wow, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, I was reading up about it, and they said it was kind of like a management game, like where you basically like trying to. I don't know. It looks
There's
cool.
like weird deers. We saw quite a bit of deer at the Xbox.
Yeah, a lot of deer.
At least 2 different games.
They had that
deer.
Way to the Woods game too.
Yeah,
that's another one they announced. It's you're 2 deer, and one of you. It looks like you're following lights to try to get back to the woods. I don't know. You're like a dad deer and a baby deer, and you're feeding the baby deer and ramming Coke machines and stuff. I don't know. It looks fun.
It's like Brothers, but with deer.
Yeah,
No,
exactly. They announced a Forza Horizon 4 Lego expansion.
So this was interesting to me just because it was like the spiritual successor to Lego Racers.
Island? Yeah,
Lego Racers.
Yeah, dude.
I was like, okay, I'm down for that.
I'm also really down for that. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's out this week.
Is that going to be free? You know?
I believe so.
That's cool.
I'm sure it's free. Well, no, maybe not. You know, I don't know.
I don't give a shit about anything other than that.
It's on Game Pass, though.
If I go play Forza Horizon 4, I'm going straight to Lego World, dude.
For sure.
They talked about that Gears Pop game a little more, but not much.
Yeah, I'd rather just not.
Yeah, I don't even care.
And then Phantasy Star Online 2.
A lot of people are really excited about this one.
Hell yeah.
I didn't really play the first, I didn't really play this game whenever it was, popular and stuff.
I bought it when I was a kid, but I didn't have an internet connection for my GameCube, so I couldn't play it.
Oh, that sucks.
But it's free to play. It's been out in Japan for a long time, but it'll be coming to the West via Xbox next year.
That's really cool. They announced that one game, RPG Time: The Legend of Wright, which is that one where you're like jumping from page to page in that notebook or whatever.
Super indie.
Looks really like that's another one of those games that I feel like would just be better in VR. You know what I mean?
Or just not shown on an E3 stage.
Yeah.
Like, there's something about that game that I was like, why is this here?
I don't know.
Why are they showing that here? Like, honestly, by the time the trailer was over, I had no idea what it was. Like, could you tell me what that game was about?
It looks like a platformer where you're like drawing the character, like your protagonist from your game in your mind, and you're like imagining it, how it would play out on paper in the game.
But so you play as the character?
No, I think you're playing as like a game developer who's like imagining a game that he wants to create. And like it's all coming to life around him, kind of. That's why it's like
so you play the
on, like,
hands,
notebook paper and stuff, you know.
Okay, I get you. I think I get what you're saying. You just made more sense to me than the fucking trailer. But anyways, yeah. Tales of Arise.
Right. I don't know anything about this, but I know that the Tales series is really big. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So.
And that's coming to Xbox in 2020.
Right. What else was there? They talked about Borderlands 3 a little bit, and they talked about the DLC for Borderlands 2 that
big deal
dropped.
Yeah, there's Borderlands 2 DLC that is the bridge between Borderlands 2 and Borderlands 3. So that's out for, if you have Borderlands 2, it's free. I mean, if you have Game Pass, you have Borderlands 2.
Hell yeah.
But it's only free for a limited time. So
yeah, so get it while you can.
Yeah, for sure. But I think that was basically it for the Xbox.
Yeah, there was one more. Hang on. Let me see. I think. Oh, yeah. They talked about the State of Decay 2 has a Heartland DLC coming. So, there you go.
Yeah. So, conference score? What do you give it? I don't want to
I'd give it like a 7.
That's what I gave it a 7.
Not bad. Not bad. Could be better. Could be worse. Yeah.
That's true. My thing is like, back to PS4 not being there. It's like this was their chance to fucking knock it out of the goddamn park,
dude.
And they came in
with a 7.
Mediocre. Like they fucking mediocred this for no reason. Like we didn't get a name for Scarlett. We didn't fucking see any gameplay for Halo. We didn't hear anything about Fable or about any of the like the newly acquired the Inquisition or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, isn't that what they were called? The initiative, which is the main thing everybody wanted. It's like, what's the initiative? What are the games that are going to make us stay with Xbox or make us leave PlayStation for Xbox? Why should we be there? And we didn't see that. All we saw was like Game Pass made huge strides. Like Game Pass saved it.
I gotta say, yeah, I was about to say that's what made the conference for me, because I'm so hyped about Game Pass now. I'm so hyped about the future of Xbox, and I can see myself playing my Xbox a lot more this next coming year.
Me too.
You know what I mean? Like I just see, like, I can already tell that I'm going to be jumping on that Game Pass a lot. Like, you know what I mean?
I agree, but to the people who only will have, like especially at the jump, will only be able to afford one of the next gen consoles. Are they going to go with the one that has promising exclusives and games coming out all year? Or is it going to be, I'm going to go with Game Pass and play games that are most likely going to be like 8s. And I'll probably get a cool like 10 out of 10, first party game once every like 6 months,
That's the question, isn't it? I mean, and then the other question is PlayStation going to do something that's basically
Similar.
The exact same thing? You know what I mean?
Yep.
They could. There's nothing stopping them from,
No, there's not. And they probably will do the same thing. And there was no mention of VR or AR or
That's
anything.
one thing that kind of irritates me is like throughout almost all the conferences, I didn't hear shit about VR for the most part.
It's because Sony wasn't there.
It bums me out, man. Really bums me out.
But my thing is like, why Xbox? Why? I was, and like, I didn't even set my standards high this time. It's just it should have been, like, there's no like, oh, you just expected them to do too much. It's like, no, that's what they should have done. If you ask anyone, it's like when your main rival is sitting out the game, this is your chance to shine. You better fucking shine.
They should have at least named the goddamn Xbox the new Xbox. You know what I mean?
Dude, it was really upsetting to me. Honestly, I would have gave it less if I didn't know that I was just biased because I love Xbox so much. Like I love Xbox, and I should be giving it a fucking 5 just because they had a chance. They'll never have this chance again. PlayStation will be back next year. I guarantee you PlayStation wasn't going to come back, but they fucked it so bad that PlayStation's like, oh my God, I can't wait till next year to just come in there and fucking eat their fucking shit, dude. Like, we're going to come in with like 20 exclusives promised for like the next like 3 years.
I already know fucking PlayStation's going to come out swinging next year.
Oh, dude, dick swinging, dude. They're going to fucking slap Phil Spencer off the stage with their fucking swinging ball sack. It's like, God damn it, Phil.
Oh.
God damn it. Anyways, let's move on to Bethesda.
Bethesda.
Yeah, so, starting out with Bethesda, we saw some Fallout 76, but we didn't really see Fallout 76 yet, because then they were like, but before that, let's look at Elder Scrolls Blade.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we mentioned this earlier, a free-to-play, like, it's still free-to-play, but it's coming to Switch. This fall,
and you're going to be able to like transfer your content from your phone. So if you have it on your phone and your Switch, you can like work on it on the go and play it at home. And
it's cross-play, cross-save.
They showed little Joy-Cons where you can like
honestly, that seems like a better way to play, in my opinion. It seems more interesting.
When they announced Elder Scrolls Blades, they talked about it coming to console, and they also talked about it coming to VR. So I'm really hoping the next step is going to be some kind of PlayStation VR port. That would
make sense.
Sick.
I mean, it already has the like point to go where you want to go.
Yeah, it's so simple. There's not much to the game, so I don't think it would be that hard to do in VR. I mean, I don't know shit about I don't know shit about that.
I think it would be an easy translation, but and it also got a free expansion the day of the conference. It added new voiceover work, a dragon quest line, and more.
Cool.
Yeah, and then Fallout 76. I guessed this one, and I didn't guess
it. You guessed it right, dude.
I didn't even guess it. I was more like, they have to do this. Which is Todd Howard made it clear he was open to change, and that they were sorry for the Fallout. For the Fallout pun. Year 2 begins year 2 of Fallout 76 begins with the free DLC Wastelanders, which drops in fall 2019. Human NPCs and full dialogue trees, a new battle royale mode coming to the game called Nuclear Winter. It features a 52-person battle royale mode.
Really hyped about this, man. I already kind of liked Fallout 76 despite all the hate it was getting. I've been pretty vocal about it since the game came out, and I'm just excited because I think this is going to take a game that I consider to be like a 7 out of 10 and bump it up to like an 8.5 or so. Hopefully. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it'll be good. I mean, like with the NPCs, I mean, you're getting a somewhat closer version of a Fallout game with actual multiplayer.
With NPCs, if they like make the buildings and stuff, that's the thing. You can't just throw NPCs. You can, and it would be a lot better. But it would be a lot better than that, even if you made the NPCs have their own little spots in the towns and stuff, because the towns are big and kind of vacant feeling, if you could like just put little stores here and stuff there where the NPCs are actually, replace the little stupid robot guy with an NPC that sells me stuff, you know what I mean? I don't know. I want stuff like that,
Yeah, and not only that, like if they nail the system to the point to where you can be on a quest line from an NPC and somebody else that you're playing with can also follow along that same quest line.
They're definitely going to make it to where you can do that. It would be stupid as fuck if they didn't.
I don't want to say they're definitely going to do it.
No, they are. They already have that fixed. I mean, like, they have robots that give you NPC, like, robot NPCs that give you quests and stuff in the game.
Just making sure.
But, like, they're going to have dialogue trees and stuff, too, so that's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be a lot of sitting around waiting for your partner to get done with the dialogue tree, but I would still rather have that than not have it. You know what I mean?
For sure. And so that's a huge up. It's funny because like right when they came out, even showing the little video at the beginning of their conference where it was like, oh, all the fans, we care about you, we love you, blah blah blah. We may have made some mistakes. And Todd Howard even like is like, to all the people out there, he's like, he was like, a surprise you guys are still here. I was like, okay, all right. He's doing the apology thing that I was saying he had to do it, man.
What's funny though is something he mentioned right after that. He said something about how like the community in Fallout 76 is like the nicest online community, and that is like the truest shit I've ever seen, dude. Like if you're like a level 1 or something and you come out of the vault, dude, people will just like flock to you and just start dropping like loot and shit at your feet. Like,
because they want the continued support from the devs. It's like, okay, well, if we show them that, and we get more people to play by being super nice, then they'll want to keep supporting the game.
People are really chill online, dude. I think that's because there's not a whole lot to do in 76 right now, so it's like, oh, let's go get the newbie hooked up, you know what I mean? Like,
it becomes their role, like, that they play. Yeah, for sure. And then we saw a game called Ghostwire Tokyo.
Ooh.
This is from Tango Games, the studio behind The Evil Within. They announced this title, and this is like the description of it. After strange disappearances hit Tokyo's population, it's up to you to uncover the source and purge the city of a strange new evil. Armed with your own mysterious spectral abilities, you will face down the occult, unravel conspiracy theories, and experience urban legends like never before. Don't fear the unknown. Attack it. Yeah,
so it's pretty cool.
It looks super beautiful, but it was just a CG trailer once again.
I trust the Evil Within team. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so, they had the lady. Was she like a developer or was she like the PR team? I couldn't remember.
I think she was one of the head developers. Yeah,
she was like super,
creative director or something.
Charming,
dude.
Super funny.
She was hilarious. Like, I tried to speak English. Here you are.
Yeah, she was great, dude. She was awesome. But yeah, like I definitely
it's spooky.
Yeah, that's what she said. It's like, that's what I was trying to remember. She said spooky, really funny to me. Anyways, then we saw some stuff for the Elder Scrolls Online where I tried not to fall asleep.
Pretty much.
Yeah, a new trailer was revealed for the latest expansion, Elsewhere, which featured a dragon and features the Dragon Guard. But more details will come at QuakeCon this summer. In addition, a new dungeon DLC called Scalebreaker is on its way.
Yeah.
Like, some dude in the crowd was really loving that shit. Like,
the one guy.
Yeah, he's just
one guy was super hyped about everything, dude.
Yeah, I bet he was just trying to be cool. You know, it'd be nice.
He's probably just fucked up. He was probably really drunk.
Yeah, like I could see that. And then Commander Keen. Commander Keen is making his return.
They're all about these phone games, man. And Bethesda's really digging their toes into the phone game scene.
Well, Commander Keen's like a classic, like for ID Software. Because I forget the dude's name, but you know, like the guys who made Doom, one of the guys who made Doom, this was his one of his first games that they put out under ID Software, and like was really popular. We were too young for it, but it was like the PC version of Mario. Like for them, it was like that because it was like one of the first games that had actual side scrolling that felt smooth like Mario, and
it was like a platformer.
Yeah, but this new game will be coming to iOS and Android and is being developed by ZeniMax Online Studios. The new game features Billy and Billy, the children of the original Billy Blaze. It's a drag and drop game and includes a story mode where you have to build contraptions to get through. There's also a battle mode where you need to control checkpoints and claim a flag. Commander Keen's soft launches in the summer. One thing that really bothered me was whenever he was like, we know how much you guys like our mobile games, so we brought you more mobile games. It's like almost like not self-aware of who he was talking to, because I don't think those same people want more mobile games.
No.
They're like the people
especially
that were
not at
there.
E3, you know what I mean?
That's like the last thing you want to talk about. We all saw what happened to Blizzard, you know, like...
Yeah, I mean, granted, most of Bethesda's mobile games have done fairly well.
Oh, they did. They
Fallout
did
Shelter
amazing.
was great. Blade's pretty good, you know?
I'm not saying that they aren't... They made money, but do we want more mobile games? No. You know, like especially not Commander Keen drag and drop.
Fuck
you know?
Yeah, dude.
And then Wolfenstein Youngblood. This looked badass.
Yeah, bro.
Fucking
I can't wait to
badass.
just partner up with, you know, you and just fucking murk the shit out of some Nazis, dude.
Unfortunately, I don't think they're split screen. But like
no, but like they were talking about it earlier in the year. They said that you could, if you buy one copy, you'll get like a copy for a friend. So,
oh yeah, I forgot about that. Download and play.
Yeah, you can do the download and play.
Well, they showed a gameplay trailer. You can play alone or co-op. It releases July 26th, 2019. So that's right around the corner. And it's coming to Switch. That's fucking coming to Switch, dude. That's gonna be dope. Weird game we saw after that from Arcane Studios, the developers behind Dishonored.
This is another team that I really trust. So even though we didn't see much about this,
yeah,
you know,
it's called.
oh,
go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just gonna say I have high hopes about it. You know.
Yeah, high hopes. It's called Deathloop. It takes place in Black Reef during a time of madness. Colt and Juliana are the game's dual protagonists, reminiscent of Dishonored 2, but it appears they are on opposite teams. The game's stylish trailer showed off gunplay and swordplay reminiscent of Arcane's previous series and seemed to harken back to a lot of the gameplay elements that made Dishonored such a popular series. That's from GameSpot. But anyways, the Arcane or the Deathloop looked like a Grindhouse film is what it looked like. It was like imagine like Black Dynamite, but like a little bit more serious. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't even know what to think about it so far. Like, other than the fact that I like that it seems like it's going to be a Dishonored-ish type game in the sense that you can choose one of two characters, and both characters seem to be on like opposite teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's kind of cool to me. Like the idea of like, okay, I can either be the hero or the villain. Like, you know.
Well, they're both heroes.
Well, I mean, in their
depending
own
on
sense,
exactly,
you know? Depending on who you're looking at, you know what I mean.
There's no real there's no real antagonist. It's just that you guys are both the protagonists. So like, imagine, and it's like you're stuck in this time loop. And he's like, and the only way to get out of the time loop is to kill you. And like they both say it at the same time. So like, I imagine there's going to be, do you think this is going to be a linear story, or do you think it'll just be like a Hitman type situation?
I think it's going to be two different linear stories, like with an A side and a B side kind of thing. You know what I mean?
I could see that. I could see it being like that, or it's just one game where you switch between characters.
I think it's going to be like one game, But I don't know. No, I think it's going to be like 2 different stories. I really do. Because that's how Dishonored was. At the very beginning of the game, Dishonored 2, you get to pick between Corvo or Emily or whatever the girl's name is. You know what I mean? And they have totally different play styles, and more or less it's the same game. You know what I mean? But I think that they're going to take it to the extreme with this one. I think it's going to be like, I think there's going to be moments that are integral to the story where you cross paths with the other person, you know what I mean, in the same places, you know what I mean? But I think overall it's going to be like 2 different stories, you know?
Okay.
I hope so anyways. That's what I'm like hoping for more than anything. I think it'll be really cool if they did that, but
for sure. Know. It definitely reminded me of like a grindhouse film like Planet Terror or something, just in the aesthetic. But and then we saw some stuff about like their streaming technology, Orion, which honestly to me it just looked like they were reaching out to other companies. Yeah, it wasn't for like the people. It was more like, hey, if y'all want to make your shit faster than somebody else's, you know.
It really seemed like they were reaching out to game developers. You know what I mean? Because they talked about how game developers specifically could integrate it into their development process to make their game stream better. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So they were trying to sell it to the developers that way that if they put their game on Stadia or whatever,
it'll
be quick.
Way better.
Yeah, it says it'll be up to 20% faster per frame, which will enable dramatic reduction in latency. Moreover, the service can stream up with up to 40% lower bandwidth. So yeah, that's the thing. And then they finished out the show with the big guns, Doom Eternal. Did you have something else or something? The way you're looking at me like,
no, sorry.
No, you missed something.
No, you're not missing anything. I'm sorry.
No.
They talked about Rage 2 a little bit, but
yeah, I don't count that.
I do.
It was like DLC.
It's a lot of stuff. They're adding like new vehicles, cheat codes, game modes, pilotable mechs, story content, enemies, abilities, basically adding like a whole like. They're turning it into a different game, pretty much.
It just sounds like
gonna be for free.
Like a physics-based like playground. It doesn't sound like they're adding a story or anything.
They are. They're adding like a whole new
story
content. They're adding, dude, they're adding like lots of stuff, dude.
Gotcha. Are you gonna go back and play it?
Yeah, probably. I just want to play with the new vehicles, honestly. Like they talked about that mech. I really want to get in a mech and just ride around.
Okay. Was there anything else that I missed before Doom Eternal?
No, I don't think so. I think we pretty much got it pretty good.
So Doom Eternal, we saw a trailer and a gameplay demo. It releases November 22nd, 2019. The collector's edition comes with a model Slayer helmet you can wear. And then they showed us battle mode, which is the new multiplayer mode announced, where it's 1 Slayer against 2 player controlled demons in a fight to the death.
That seems really cool. And they said all the demons have their own little things, like animations and like skills and powers and stuff. You know?
Yeah.
It seems like they put a lot of work into it, you know?
And it's very different. You know, that's what I like about it, is that they're trying something.
There's something I don't like about Doom Eternal, though. I don't know what it is. Like, when I'm watching the single-player mode, I don't know. Like, I think the layout, I think what they're trying to do is give you, like, a layout that resembles more of, like, a classic Doom level. You know what I mean? As opposed to I don't know, but it just looks less realistic and weird to me. I don't know.
The way that I saw it is that it looks like a platformer.
Yeah. Yeah, like they kind of tried to throw like platformer elements in there, and it's like, I don't know,
Did you see the things that look like in Mario, like the classic Mario, like the fire thing?
Yeah.
Like spinning? I was like, I'm okay with that.
They like went super arcadey with it. I don't hate it, you know, but I don't love it. I really like Doom 2016 a lot, you know?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I feel like they kind of took a step backwards in, like, level design, but that could just be... maybe I gotta play it. Maybe I'm gonna love it once I play it, you know?
Also, I feel like we didn't see the part... They said in this one, you go to heaven. So, I want to see what that looks like. Hopefully, that looks fucking beautiful.
Dude, yeah.
I want to see heaven. But that's it for... What'd you give that conference? What would you give that?
I don't know. I wasn't really expecting much from them because, like, they had already told us they weren't going to show Starfield or Elder Scrolls, you know? So I was kind of pleasantly surprised with the Ghostwire Tokyo and the Deathloop announcement.
And the NPCs, the humans.
Yeah, and the NPCs, that's really exciting. It really kind of changes the game for Fallout 76, if you ask me. I don't know. I would have to give it like a 7 or an 8, maybe an 8.
I gave it a 9.
Really?
Yeah, I gave it a 9 out of 10 just because of how quickly they got through everything. Everything was interesting except for the Elder Scrolls Online, but I know they have to talk to those people. And even though I don't care for the Commander Keen game, it was just interesting to see that they brought that back. And then Doom Eternal looks awesome. It makes me want to play Fallout 76 now that they're adding NPCs.
Yeah, I'm glad I already own Fallout 76. That's one of those things that's like I've been waiting for a while because I think when I jump back into Fallout 76, it's going to be excellent. You know what I mean?
Speaking of which, before we get off of that, they basically made it to where you can play the game like for free.
Oh yeah, free play week. There's a couple of different games from different studios doing this week.
But see, I don't get why Fallout 76 is doing that now while they haven't added all the new shit.
Yeah.
So it's like
I think they're doing
help.
it so they can play the Battle Royale mode because they're doing a
Oh
beta.
yeah, that's what it was. The winter thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, so yeah, let's move on to Ubisoft or what came after that?
I think Ubisoft. Yeah.
Okay, Ubisoft. You got stuff for this one?
Yeah,
wanna do this one?
I'll run through this one. So they kicked it off with Watch Dogs Legion, which would have been really cool if it hadn't have been leaked beforehand. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But don't get me wrong, it doesn't take away from how dope the game actually looks. You know what I mean? I gotta say,
even with the like extreme political like bias.
Oh yeah, they're obviously pushing some kind of agenda against Brexit, but I don't give a shit because it's British politics. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't even know what any of it.
You can
means.
try to pull me in whatever direction you want when it comes to British politics. It's all good. It looks really pretty, but the Watch Dogs, you never know what the E3 showing versus the actual game is going to be.
Yeah, we learned that with the first Watch Dogs.
That being said, I think they might have learned their lesson about that kind of thing. Also, it looks fucking sick, dude. This looks so fucking sick, dude. Like, you can be any character, and they have, like, really unique character models and names for the characters, and, like, every character in the world is, like, a real, like an assigned character, you know what I mean? There's permadeath, there's, like, you build your own little squad. I don't know, dude. It just looks so tight to me, dude. Like, everything they were saying was just the right thing that I wanted to hear. This is my kind of game, dude. Like, I think that this is one of the most impressive things that they showed all E3, if you ask me. Like, the whole, like, I don't know, it's hard to even put it into words because, like, all the characters have their own, like, way they walk and everything. You know what I mean? It's not just like, oh, you can be an NPC and you just zap into some character that's exactly like the character you just were, If you're like the 70-year-old granny, you're going to walk around like you have arthritis and you're going to like do granny stuff. You're going to struggle to jump over fences and stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if you're like the UFC fighter chick, you're going to be beating the shit out of people and moving fast. And I don't know. It just looks really cool to me, dude. I want everything about this. Like,
I do, but I hope that technology is as broad as they're making it sound and you don't get the game and then it's like, yeah, 6 of them have like unique animations and stuff, but then the rest of them are just copies of those 6 animations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I really hope not. And I think, to some extent, I'm expecting some kind of like overlap in like, skills and stuff. Like, I think you're going to see maybe 10 or 12 like core skills that are like spread out and like repetitive amongst the people. But I don't know, it's got a lot, like the voice acting and stuff, I think is where it's going to really make a difference, If, like, every character's voice is different and their, like, animations are different, that's what's going to be impressive, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really care about the skills and stuff. Like, I know that that's going to end up being, like, repetitive at some point. Because there's only so much you can do without making the gameplay itself confusing, or,
for sure,
or cluttered or whatever, I don't know. I'm just really interested. I think this is one of the ones I'm really excited about.
Yeah, looks fun. It's coming March 6th, 2020.
Cool.
And then what you got next is a...
So the Always Sunny in Philadelphia guy walks out and talks about his new TV show called Mythic Quest: Raven's Banquet. It looks hilarious. I don't know. Do you watch Always Sunny ever?
No, but I did watch this and saw that and thought it was pretty funny.
I don't know. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is just like one of the funniest shows ever to me. Like, it's so hilarious, and like I'm excited to see like the people who came up with that make a video game show. I don't know. It's funny to me.
And it's going to be a part of Apple TV Plus.
Yeah, that's the only problem. It's like, because I'll never watch that.
No.
I'll have to bootleg it or something.
But basically, the show is like a TV comedy about video game development, and it's produced by Ubisoft, which is weird as fuck.
I think they just wanted to make sure it was like authentic, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
for
they're
sure.
not just like I don't know. It looks cool. I'll have to check it out. They talked a little bit about Rainbow Six is getting a bunch of updates, new contractors and stuff like that. T-Pain and Lil Yachty played some Rainbow Six.
Yeah, Operation Phantom Sight is out.
They're constantly updating Rainbow Six, so I mean, you know, if you really want to look at all the updates for Rainbow Six, you know, you might be better off just going on their website, because they're just like every week it's just like new Rainbow Six shit. Adventure Time is coming to Brawlhalla.
Yay.
It's kind of cool. They're adding 3 characters, and it's already got Hellboy in Brawlhalla.
Yeah.
I think with a few more updates, we're gonna have like I don't know, like if you keep adding like notable characters, it'll turn into like a Smash Bros type game.
I just don't like the way it feels. But they added Jake, Finn, and Princess Bubblegum.
I think that's cool as hell. I don't know.
And a new buddy match type where you can play 2 characters at once. The update is available now, and they're playable for free until June 25th, and then they will cost money.
Cool. Let's see. Ghost Recon Breakpoint got a new trailer. It had the Punisher guy in it, John. I forget his last name. John Bernthal. That's it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was there.
Guy with the dog.
Yeah, he's in the game. You know. They announced a Tom Clancy mobile game that's like a mashup of all the Tom Clancy games called Elite Squad. Tom Clancy Elite
Tom
Squad.
Clancy. Yeah, it's a new mobile strategy game that has Sam Fisher, Rainbow Six guy.
Rainbow Six guy.
And it's
Ghost
dumb.
Recon guy.
I say it's dumb just because you don't put Sam Fisher in this shit. When is Sam Fisher gonna be Sam Fisher again?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. They keep bringing him up, dude. They brought him up at you in Ghost Recon Wildlands like 2018 or so.
Yeah.
And then they brought him up in this game. I think they've been developing some kind of secret Splinter Cell game they're not talking about, and it's going to come out at some point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hopefully. That's what we're all hoping for. Anyways.
They did maybe the most cringiest thing I've ever seen at E3, the Just Dance presentation.
Oh, I didn't watch it.
Oh, bro. You want some, like, fuel for the cringy fire, dude? I watched about a minute and a half of it, and I was just so embarrassed that I was in a room alone, and I was embarrassed. I was like, oh my god, I just have to fast forward through this. But Just Dance 2020 is coming.
It's coming to Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One,
yeah.
Stadia, and Wii.
Yeah, a lot of stuff coming to Stadia.
The original Wii. What the fuck?
Is it really?
Yes.
That is so weird, dude.
It's fucking crazy.
Let's see. They're adding some really creepy, like, For Honor content. There's like this weird monster thing that's like
Shadows of the Hitokiri.
Hitokiri. Yeah, I don't know. It looked creepy as fuck, dude. You know, there's like this like weird Asian grudge monster just killing the fuck out of all the For Honor people. So
yeah, it's out this week.
This is probably the most exciting thing they announced for me. Rainbow Six Quarantine. Well, other than Watch Dogs Legion, that looks cool. But Rainbow Six Quarantine looks tight, dude. It's a zombie game, 3-player PvE, and it's got Tom Clancy rolling in his grave right now, dude.
Why do you say that?
Because Tom Clancy's all about realism and stuff, and zombies. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Real with Splinter Cell,
dude. But, yeah, I don't know. It's more real.
Yeah, but a 3-player tactical player versus enemy co-op game, completely standalone from Rainbow Six Siege. It's coming early 2020. The creator, or one of the creators on the game, was saying how they want to do for PvE what Rainbow Six Siege has done for PvP. So
what? Make it really hard?
I guess.
I don't know. I'm excited. I think it's gonna play like Left 4 Dead or something, but a lot more tactical. You know what I mean?
Faux show.
It'd be cool to like breach a door on a room full of zombies. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I think it'll be fun, man.
They announced a Division movie with Netflix coming at some point.
Yeah.
They did a Division 2 free-to-play week that's happening right now. There's going to be lots of new stuff and raids coming.
Well, it's just from the 13th through the 16th, so it's going to be this weekend.
So yeah, get it while you can then.
Yeah, the major update is DC Outskirts Expeditions, and that'll kick off in July with episode 1, which you go to like the National Zoo. Then episode 2 this fall will send you to the Pentagon. And episode 3 will send you back to New York City, and that's in early 2020.
Yeah, what he said. They also announced Uplay Plus, which is $15. Coming September, going to have lots of games. It's going to be on Stadia.
Well, not when it first launches. So it's $15 a month. It gets you access to a library of over 100 Ubisoft games and all their DLC. It will include early access and new releases like Watch Dogs Legion. It'll launch on September 3rd, and then in 2020, it will be playable on Google Stadia. So it launches as its own thing, and then it'll just become a part of Stadia.
How do you even play it if you don't have it like...
It's just like Game Pass.
So it's going to be on Xboxes and PlayStations and stuff?
Yeah.
So are they going to strip it, or is it just going to be added to Stadia later in 2020? Like,
I think it'll just be added because remember Ubisoft.
As long as it's not like a Stadia exclusive, because that would be some bullshit. You know what I mean?
It might actually be at that point. You know.
Either way, fuck Ubisoft anyway. So no, I'm just kidding. No, they announced Roller Champions, which is like a weird roller derby game.
God, I saw this. I was like, what? But
yeah, really weird.
It's they say it's a skill-based team PvP sports game. But what I saw was Rocket League, but with fucking people on rollerblades.
You know what it looked like to me is a mix between Rocket League and that VR game Sprint Vector.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't think it'll be like... Just because it's not a VR game, I feel like you won't get that aspect of it.
No, probably not.
You know, it's just going to be like focused on the physics of getting the ball back and forth and shit.
Yeah.
But you can play the pre-alpha demo for the next few days on PC.
Yeah, they were acting all confident about it, but...
Yeah, we'll see.
And the last thing that I have for them here is a game called Gods and Monsters. This is made by the Assassin's Creed Odyssey team, and I guess they just wanted to kind of get off of the history path and more on the mythology path, and it looks kind of like a Zelda type game. I don't really know what to think of it. They didn't really show much gameplay or anything. They just kind of showed like a CG trailer. Yeah,
it looks like Breath of the Wild, but yeah, for sure it was saying like it releases February 25th, 2020. Before we get off of this though, they did mention for Assassin's Creed Odyssey that it's getting a story creator and discovery tour mode. Players can make their own Assassin's Creed missions, including dialogue and branching pathways.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then you can share it with others.
Oh, that's fun. For Odyssey?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's insane.
I'm going to make the most ridiculous quest.
You must find the fart.
I need you to go find my dad's dildo. It's like a Roman chick. Just like
It's in open beta starting today. And then Discovery Tour lets you wander ancient Greece unhindered by enemies, learning all about its history.
Oh, cool.
How cool. What do you give that conference?
Ubisoft, give it a 7. No, actually, you know what? Watch Dogs Legion is real cool looking. Rainbow Six, real cool looking. I'm going to give it a 7.
Okay.
I'm going to give Watch Dogs a 9.5. That was a sweet ass looking presentation, man. But the overall Ubisoft conference gets a 7. 7.5. I'm going to be nice.
I'm not going to rate it because I didn't watch it. I watched the videos individually. I just didn't watch the show. But and then we're jumping into Square Enix. So Square Enix started off with the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Good God, bro.
God, dude, for real.
It looks fucking amazing, dude. Like, holy shit.
I definitely felt my penis move a little bit,
bro,
when I saw the what was happening.
Oh, and then they show that first like iconic boss fight where you like detonate the bomb and you're fighting the spider robot. Dude,
yeah, that did last a little long. That was a little long in the tooth, that whole fight, but it was still cool.
I think they were just showing how much different it is, because standard version, you just stand in there and you just beat him up. They added like so many different layers to the boss battle. Like he jumps over here and you got to do this, and now it's
gets a shield.
I think they're just showing like, okay, this is going to be the same iconic places, but we added just a fuckload to it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So they showed this extensive gameplay demo. They said it's coming March 2020. And there will be a $330 first class edition of the game, and it's still going to be episodic. And the creator said it will take 2 Blu-ray discs.
2 Blu-ray discs.
I don't know if I believe that.
I do.
What the fuck are you putting on 2 Blu-ray discs? I bet the first one is like the game, and then the second one is just like his hentai collection.
It's just him like, hey, got the other Blu-ray disc.
He's like, so much content. I'm just sorry. I mean, not even Persona 5 was 2 Blu-ray discs, and that's like
Persona 5 wasn't really graphically demanding at all.
Yeah, but it was like a 200-hour game.
Well, yeah, but I mean, most of the game takes place in like familiar set pieces that you revisit. I mean, like Persona 5 ran on the PlayStation 3.
The Witcher 3 wasn't 2 Blu-ray discs.
I got some stuff to say about that too, but we'll.
Well, I just want to see. I want to see what's on it, because the whole point he's saying is that Midgar is going to be its own game. So this first one coming out is just Midgar. Like this first part of it is just going to be Midgar. Whenever it comes out in March 2020.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, but he's like, we found out that in Midgar, it could basically be its own game, so we made it its own game.
Maybe they like added side quests and stuff. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
Either way, looks fantastic.
Yeah,
everything they showed about it looks just excellent.
It does. And then they showed Final Fantasy VIII Remaster. It was announced, and it's coming this year to PS4, Switch, Xbox One, and PC.
Yeah.
Definitely probably won't see we won't see the Final Fantasy VII remake on Switch.
I never played 8, but a lot of people are really hyped about this one, so
I agree.
It must be good.
Romancing Saga 3 is leaving Japan. The classic Super NES role-playing game is getting a cool-looking remake with original pixel art and such. It's coming to PS4, Vita, Switch, PC, Xbox One, iOS.
Not just Romancing Saga 3. Saga Scarlett Grace Ambitions is also leaving Japan and coming here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're going to come together in a package that's...
It's called Saga Scarlet Grace, right?
No, there's like a whole thing.
Oh, that's another romancing thing?
It's called Romancing Saga... Or wait, hang on. I think they're both coming bundled. There's 2 different games.
Yeah, because one's Saga Scarlet Grace, right? And then one's Romancing Saga 3.
One's
Saga.
One is Saga Scarlet Grace Ambitions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's that came out in Japan on Vita years ago, but is heading to the West on Switch, PS4, Steam, iOS, and Android. It'll have the subtitle Ambitions in the US.
Romancing Saga 3 looks really tight. Like the way they were talking about it, it seems like it's going to be like a different game every time you play it, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was a lot of fucking JRPG. Obviously, it's Square Enix, but
yeah,
like a lot of ones.
A lot of Final Fantasy too. They were really all over the Final Fantasy this year. They talked about Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles getting a remaster,
which I'm super excited about because that's like a multiplayer Final Fantasy game.
Really?
Yeah, they came out on GameCube.
I never played it.
Well, you needed, I believe, a Game Boy Advance, or like you needed 3 Game Boy Advances to play multiplayer.
Oh wow!
With it, like with that plug and play, so like it was almost impossible to do. Like, so I never got it. But Yeah, to have it remastered and it's coming to Switch, like, dude, we gotta play that. It's
dude,
like
yeah.
straight up just multiplayer Final Fantasy.
I'm so down for that.
Yeah, and then Outriders, which is a new shooter from People Can Fly. It's a 1 to 3 player cooperative shooter from the maker of Gears of War Judgment.
Honestly, dude, I bet this game ends up just being exactly like Gears of War. I don't know why.
Think so?
I think that's what's going to happen. I think we're going to get like a total Gears of War clone.
Well, they described it as a journey across a dark and desperate sci-fi world in search of the source of a mysterious signal. And they said they'll talk more about this game this winter. It's coming to Xbox One, PS4, and PC in the summer of 2020. And then Oninaki is available on August 22nd, 2019. It's the latest title from Tokyo RPG Factory, makers of I Am Setsuna and Lost Sphere. And then War of the Visions, a new follow-up to the mobile game Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, it's in development.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like an expansion.
Yeah.
Let's see. They talked about Octopath Traveler for Steam, which we already really knew about.
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
I think they gave it like an official day.
It came out last week.
Oh, did it really? Weird. I don't know.
It must have come out the day.
I don't know why they put a commercial in there then. They talked about Dragon Quest Builders 2.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty big deal. I think some people really like,
the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They talked about The Last Remnant Remastered, which I don't really know.
The Last Remnant was actually already out on PS4, so it's available on Switch now.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what else they talked about. They talked about is it a new Dragon Quest game for Switch, or is it one that's already been out?
It's I think it's a remaster.
The name was so ridiculously long, I didn't even write it down. It was like Dragon Quest Age of Super blah 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 blah.
We talked about that before, about it coming out. It was already known that it was coming.
Yeah.
It's like XS or whatever.
I think they just showed off some gameplay and stuff for it.
Yeah, and then Circuit Superstars.
What was that?
It was published by Square Enix Collective, developed by Vancouver-based Original Fire Games, formerly known as Apex Racing League. It's a top-down automobile racing game. And it's coming 2020.
Right. Okay, yeah, not interested.
Yeah, me neither.
They talked about Battalion 1944, which kind of looked like an indie version of Call of Duty almost.
Yeah, I was like,
weird.
what the fuck is this? Yeah, and then Kingdom Hearts 3 got some DLC called Remind. It's coming this winter.
That's cool that they're already throwing some DLC on that.
Yeah, dude, only after 20 years.
Right. Final Fantasy XIV Online has an update called Shadowbringers that's going to be pretty epic, apparently. They're saying it's going to be like a full-ass game, basically. They're adding on to Final Fantasy XIV Online. So
he was saying, it's basically its own game.
Yeah. So that's cool. We saw more Dying Light 2. It was the same trailer they showed at the Microsoft show. Let's see. What else did we see? I guess that just brings us to the big one, really. They talked about Avengers. Marvel's Avengers, the game.
Yeah, so play as 5 characters: Cap, Thor, Hulk, Black Widow, and Iron Man. Not based on the movies. Troy Baker and Nolan North play Bruce Banner and Tony Stark, respectively. Square Enix said it will release content for the game over multiple years. We'll have 4-player online co-op, and every new character and map added to the game will be free. No random loot boxes or pay-to-win scenarios. It's coming to Xbox, PlayStation 4, PC, Stadia, and it'll be released May 15th of 2020. The trailer looked alright.
Yeah, I'm still kind of confused about what's going on with this game. Like, is it Destiny basically? Like, I don't understand still.
Me either.
Is it like a story mode that you need to like boot up a game? I just don't know.
I think it's like Destiny because I read somewhere that like you can like completely change each character can pick up like new skills and like different things like that.
Really?
Like, there's like skill trees and stuff.
Interesting.
But
I mean, I'm totally interested. I'm just, confused.
Yeah,
it sounds cool, but I don't know
the trailer looked like a CG trailer that you would see on like the original Xbox for like it was almost like, even though it was so beautiful, it was like empty feeling. It was like you could tell there's nothing behind it.
It felt like they made compromises for the online play.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know. That's just what I'm thinking.
We'll see, though.
We'll see. It's kind of like the Star Wars thing. It's the same. Like, everything looked good, but it's like something was just missing.
Something was off.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I agree. I thought it was a good conference, though. I'd give it an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree. I think they get a solid 8. Everything
Especially
was
with that
pretty
Final
popping.
Fantasy.
That Final Fantasy. That there's some real big Dragon Quest fans out there. They got a lot going for them.
For sure.
Vendors. So that brings us to Devolver Digital.
Okay.
Which I won't even try to explain the madness that is Devolver Digital's press conferences. But if you were in for a laugh, I think you should go back and watch 2018's Devolver Digital and then watch this year's, because they like tie the two together. It's like a story almost. I don't know, it's really ridiculous. But anyways, as far as the games they actually announced, they only announced like 5 things. They announced Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, which is you fling hordes of contestants together online in a mad dash through round after round of escalating chaos. Only one victor remains. I don't know, it's weird. It's like a really colorful kind of battle royale game, but it's not like a battle royale game. It's like a physics game. It's like Human Fall Flat and Fortnite mixed together. Then they put out Devolver Bootleg, which is Devolver Bootleg contains 8 ripoffs of Devolver Digital games, including Enter the Gun Dungeon, Hotline Milwaukee, Ape Out Jr., Shooty Boots, Super Absolver Mini Turbo Fighting Championship, Castlevania, and Pikabiku Ball Stars and Luftrausers.
Castlevania wasn't a Devolver Digital game.
Well, I guess, I don't know, man.
They just like ran out of Devolver Digital games to rip off.
Either way.
Yeah.
They have basically 8 rip-off games that you can buy online now for relatively cheap. Carry On is another game they announced. It's a reverse horror game where you take control of an amorphous creature of unknown origin. Your one goal is to stalk and consume those who imprisoned you, as you work to spread fear and panic throughout the facility. The creature will grow and evolve as more victims meet their fate, and devastating abilities will be earned on the path to retribution. This is my personal favorite. Enter the Gungeon, House of the Gun Dead, is a 2-player light gun arcade game where players fight off armies of the gun dead while unlocking weapons alongside a friend. This is an actual physical arcade cabinet coming out in 2020. It's currently available to pre-order for $5,000 through Griffin Aerotech, but don't worry, there's a 6-month special financing offer.
What the fuck?
It's like the stupidest looking game, but it's like an actual light gun game like Area 51. I don't know, I want it so bad, dude. Like, if I had like a fucking arcade in my house or a place to put it, I would have that shit in there. And they announced the Messenger's free DLC, Picnic Panic, received a new trailer and a release date of July 11th, 2019 for Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4 and PC. So there you go.
Cool. And then wasn't there one more?
Oh, yeah. So limited run games. This is, there's a fuckload of shit, so I'm just going to blast through these.
Yeah, just blast it.
Just keep in mind that all these are basically either getting a physical release. These are all like digital only games that Limited Run is making a digital or a physical release for. And most of them are either coming to PS4 or Switch or both. So we got Night in the Woods, Power Ranger Battle for the Grid, Hover, Revolt of Gamers, Transistor, Rogue Legacy, Dark Devotion, Blazing Chrome, Freedom Planet, Red Faction, Corpse Killer, Mercenary Kings, Star Wars, the Game Boy and NES version. Now, I don't know if they're putting out like a Game Boy, an actual physical old school Game Boy cartridge or not.
No, they're bringing them to now.
I don't know, dude. I think the way that this one was worded, like this one specifically, out of all the other ones, they said either PS4 or Switch. This one specifically said Game Boy, coming to Game Boy and NES. So I think they're going to actually put out like an old school like cartridge like that you can buy. I don't know. I could be wrong about that. Star Wars Bounty Hunter is getting remade. Bad North, Turok and Turok 2 coming to Switch, physical version. Double Switch is coming to Switch. Real Mist, which is like a remastered version of Myst, the Cyan game, is coming to Switch. PlayStation Vita, they're making a whole bunch of physical games for PlayStation Vita. Deadbolt, Guacamelee, Super Mutant Alien Assault, Pix the Cat, Revenant Dogma, Mutant Blobs Attack, Rocket Birds, Hard Boiled Chicken, Rocket Birds 2, Evolution, Atari Flashback Classics, Super Meat Boy, Damascus Gear Operation Osaka, Damascus Gear Operation Tokyo, Metal Slug 3, and Papers, Please will all be getting a physical release on PlayStation Vita. And they are doing one game for 3DS for whatever reason. It's called Atui Collection. And they are releasing, probably the biggest news, they have this weird collection of Star Wars games that they're putting out. It's going to be called the Star Wars Collector's Edition, and it's going to have The Empire Strikes Back, X-Wing, Rebel Assault 1 and 2, TIE Fighter, Dark Forces, Shadow of the Empire, Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2, Episode 1 Racer, Bounty Hunter, Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast, and Racer Revenge, and Jedi Knight Jedi Academy.
My God.
That's a lot of really good old school Star Wars games in one collection.
Yeah, but how are they going to put out all this shit? This is crazy.
I don't know, man. I guess that's just what they do.
Yeah, that's a lot of shit, though. Anyways,
it's kind of cool that Red Faction's getting a physical release, and Turok 1 and 2.
All for Switch too?
Yeah,
dude. I'll buy that if that's for real.
Yeah, totally.
And then so let's wrap it up with Nintendo.
Yeah.
Let's take it to the end of the show.
The end dogs.
I'm gonna put this in order as how they announced it. So we'll start off with Luigi's Mansion 3. Which will allow for co-op ghost hunting with a second player taking control of Gooigi. Scare Scraper is this 4-player like situation where you're in like a skyscraper that's haunted, and you and like 4 or 3 other people can like fend off ghoulies. It's coming this year.
Looks really cool. I'm excited about the co-op thing too.
Me too.
But if we're starting at the beginning, you skip something. They're adding the hero from Dragon Quest into Smash Brothers.
I was going to get to the Smash Bros. Stuff like on its own because there's like multiple Smash Bros. Things, but they split it up throughout the show. So I figured I might as well just put them all in one.
Well,
but we already know now, though, since you just mentioned it. But I'll get more into detail on it.
There's a bunch of Dragon Quest stuff you skipped over. So
yeah, well, the Dragon Quest thing we saw at the Square thing, like
true.
It was
but I mean, it was
Yeah, I just didn't want to get into it again.
You know what I mean?
It was the same trailer.
Yeah, I know, but it's a new,
but yeah, so
new show.
Yeah, gotcha. I gotcha. I just don't want to double track things. And then we got Contra Rogue Core, which looked like complete trash. It's an isometric take on the co-op action series. You can play as a panda. It releases September 24th. Did you watch this?
Yeah, I watched it. That's why I'm so confused, because you're like, I'm going to do them in order, and then they skip, like, everything.
Did I skip some stuff?
Dude, like, so much. Between Contra Rogue Tour and Rogue Core and Luigi's Mansion 3, there's, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I guess I'm not
7.
doing it in order, then. I thought I was doing it in order. I forgot.
Because I was writing them down as I was watching it, like, every announcement.
I just went and, like, got a list of everything after I watched it, so I figured they had it in order. So we just won't do it in order.
It doesn't matter if it's in order.
Yeah.
But Contra Rogue Core does look interesting.
It looks interesting?
Yeah.
That looked horrible.
I don't know, man. There's all these like top-down games that I'm not like mad at. I don't know.
It just looks like a PS2 game, like to me. But
I don't know.
Pandas. No, but
I like pandas, man. I gotta leave these pandas alone.
Look, I don't have a problem with pandas. I have a problem with pandas in Contra. But No More Heroes 3 got a trailer. 2020 release. I mean, it was like your typical No More Heroes, like shit going on. It just showed Travis, doing his thing.
I just don't care about No More Heroes.
Me either, dude.
Like, I don't know. I should, but I just don't,
He's like, yeah, I guess we could. He's based off of Johnny Knoxville.
Really?
Like whenever
he kind of looks like Johnny Knoxville.
And they were like, we need someone cool. And they were like Johnny Knoxville. Then the Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance Tactics. So the game utilizes the classic isometric perspective of other strategy games like Final Fantasy Tactics, but will of course be populated by the critters of the Dark Crystal universe. There's no specific release date beyond 2019, but expected to drop right around when the Netflix series does. We didn't watch. I've never seen the Dark Crystal.
My sister was like obsessed with it as a kid.
That's what I was about to say. It was like an 80s baby thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were. Yeah. It's made by the guy who does like the Muppets.
Yeah, he did like the Labyrinth and stuff too.
What's the dude's name?
Jim
Henson.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it seemed really epic. Like the way they were building that shit up and the music and everything. It's like, damn, I might want to watch this Netflix series, but I don't want to play the game.
Same. It's kind of like the fucking Stranger Things 3 game. It's like, I don't want to play the game.
No.
I just don't care.
No.
And
then Trials of Mana will be remade, or will be a remake of Seiken Densetsu 3, a Japan-only release. So, yeah, that's there. I'm going to skip the big things. I'll just get all the little stuff out of the way.
What did you just announce? Which one?
That was Trials of Mana.
Oh, okay.
Which apparently is a remake of a game called Seiken Densetsu 3, which is a Japanese only, or was only released in Japan.
I didn't even get that, and I watched the whole thing. Like,
yeah,
taking everything note by note. Like, I
you don't remember the Trials?
I could possibly have missed this Trials of Mana announcement.
How could you have missed, dude? The Trials of Mana. But I guess really there's only big things left, so you can talk about Smash Bros.
There's a lot of stuff left.
They showed like Daemon X Machina and stuff like that, but
no, there's I mean, Daemon X Machina can go suck its own dick.
Yeah, that everyone's already played that game.
They showed off some more Link's Awakening stuff.
That's what I was saying. There's only big stuff left, so that's why I was like,
oh, let's see. Let me find some not so big stuff because they had a lot of not so big stuff, dude. Let's see. They had the Contra Anniversary Collection to go with Contra Rogue Corp.
But that was already announced. That's not something for Nintendo. That's been announced for like weeks. They were just like
to Nintendo now, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it was everyone knew that. All I'm saying is that they were just like, hey, by the way, since we're already talking about this Contra, here you go. Like, that's what they did with that.
Well, either way, it was one of the announcements they made. I don't know if it was already announced or not. I'm just telling it how
because we talked about it last week.
Panzer Dragon. They announced Panzer Dragon.
I did forget about Panzer Dragoon.
Dragoon, yeah. Excuse me. It was 2 O's.
When I was watching that, I was like, God, that is straight up Panzer Dragoon.
Oh, it looks horrible.
Yeah, I was like, what is this fucking GameCube? Like, God.
Let's see. They gave a little Pokemon update, but not much. Basically, just like, oh, here's Pokemon. We're excited.
Like, you can use this Pokeball to walk around.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was, the Pokeball. They talked about Astral Chain.
Which we've already seen before, and it doesn't look any more interesting than it did before.
No. Some game called Empire of Sin.
Oh, I forgot about that. That's the Mafia. It's like a 1920s.
Mm-hmm. Like a top-down, like a shooter
strategy
kind of
game.
That looks interesting, but not something I'm going to rush out and grab. That's one of those that if it was on Game Pass, I'd probably play it, but otherwise, maybe not. Let's see. They talked a little bit more about Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, which we already knew about. Mario and Sonic go to the Olympics 2020.
God, I don't know how they didn't have all this on the list.
The Cadence of Hyrule, which is like...
We've known about that one.
Yeah,
That's the Cadence
they showed more
game.
gameplay for that. It's basically... what's the game that it's a ripoff of? Not a ripoff, but it's made by the same people.
Cadence?
No.
Wait, you're saying Cadence is a ripoff?
No, the Cadence of Hyrule is basically a different game with just Zelda characters added into it. What's the other game that it's?
The other one was called something of Cadence. It's made by the same people.
Here, I'll look it up. Here, talk about something else from there.
The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is coming later this year to Switch. It's going to be the complete edition, so you'll have all of the DLC and everything. How will that run? Not quite sure.
I don't think it's going to run well at all. It's a Crypt of the Necro Dancer.
That's what it was. My bad.
No, it's fine. I don't think it's going to run well. But I'm really excited nonetheless. I think it's going to be sick to have it on the go. And it says it's the complete edition, so I'm assuming it's got blood and wine and stuff. Yeah, and that's another fucking fuckload of content. I don't know how they're going to fit it all on one of those little cards, but we'll see. It's going to be pretty freaking cool. Just to have it, you know.
It's 2 Blu-ray discs, dude.
Let's see. They announced Dauntless is going to come to Switch pretty soon, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We talked about Just Dance. They said Alien Isolation is coming to Switch also, which is really cool. We knew Dead by Daylight was coming to Switch, but they did a little more on that too. Some game called The Sinking City. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it, but I didn't there wasn't anything.
Yeah,
that
it didn't really
understood.
say anything about it. It's just, I don't know. Some game called My Friend Pedro is going to be coming.
That's already been out on everything else. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of these are just, games that have already been out that are
just coming over to Switch.
Minecraft Dungeons. Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch.
That's cool.
Now, this is a big deal.
Yeah, I'll play that for sure.
This is one I played a little bit of on PlayStation Now, and I had some lag problems, so I stopped playing it, but I was I always wanted to get back into it. You know what I mean?
Here
so
it's like a Pokemon mixed with Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, it's really, really good. It's Studio Ghibli and Pokemon and Persona 5 all mixed together. It's fucking really, really good. Spyro Remaster's coming. Let's see.
Which we've known.
Yeah. Yeah. Resident Evil 5 and 6 are coming.
With a stupid ass trailer. I was he's like, oh, you can play it anywhere you want. So they go to an abandoned crack house.
Yeah, why would they do that? Let's go to this crack house.
And and then they play Resident Evil 1, even though they were showing off Resident Evil 5 and 6. I don't know.
I really thought they were going to announce 7 for a second there. I don't know.
Me too. I thought that was about to happen.
5 and 6 makes sense for the Switch, though, just because the co-op focus on them. I think it'll be good for the Switch. I
thought what was going to happen, though, is that they were going to show off Resident Evil 2 Remake. I was like, no way. And then it definitely wasn't that way. So
we talked about the collection of Mana games, right?
Yeah, the Trials of Mana.
Yeah. They're putting those out. Let's see. Let's see. Hollow Knight Silksong, we knew about that. They showed a little more gameplay from that. Sorry, I'm trying to knock out the little ones first. Catan, I'm not really sure about that.
Catan, it's a board game.
Ah, okay.
That they're turning into the digital version.
And Super Lucky's Tale, which is another one that's like a 3D platformer, not that big of a deal. But it's coming. And then that brings us down to the biggins.
The big balls.
The big ballers.
The Smash Bros. Ultimate, announcements. They had 2 DLC characters released. The hero from Dragon Quest. It's really a compilation of heroes from across the Dragon Quest series, though they all have the same powers, mixing sword and magic attacks, and are effectively just costume swaps. And then the hero character will be coming this summer, and then the big one, the Banjo-Kazooie, has been announced, and we'll have Egg Toss and Super Jump, and will be coming this fall.
Hell yeah, bro! They try to pull a fast one on us there with the fucking Duck Hunt guy.
I knew.
Already
it's
know.
But did you see that the Banjo-Kazooie level looks like Conker's Bad Fur Day?
Yeah, it really does.
I was like, wait, are they giving us a Conker level?
That would be so sick.
Oh my god, dude! If they even just put the music in for me, I'll be happy.
Dude. I would also be happy.
But yeah, and then Animal Crossing New Horizons,
yeah.
We got to see some of that.
Looks interesting, man. You got the camping thing going on.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
Takes place on a tropical island.
Yeah. I'm about that life, though. I think I'm going to be all over that.
Me too. They added crafting to it, which, like, the first... I know you haven't played the other ones, but, like, there's no crafting in the other ones. So this is something new.
It's exciting.
It's almost like a Minecraft aspect. And just to make matters worse, it was delayed until March 20th of 2020.
Oh, man. Maybe that means it's going to be perfect, though,
It better fucking be, dude.
We saw a lot more from Fire Emblem's Three Houses, too. They had some really epic, like, anime cutscenes for the game, and, like, I don't know. It looks pretty sweet.
Like, it's our class reunion. We gotta meet up at the place where the battle was.
Dude, it was so anime, dude.
Yeah, they, like, meet up, and they're like, I can't believe it's been this long. It's like, what a horrible...
Our whole class is here, except for Jimmy.
Who died all those years ago.
We gotta do this for him.
He's like, we gotta kill them all. It's just like insane. But anyways, yeah, so that. And then the big one. Unless you got something else besides that.
I'm just kind of scrolling. Let me make sure. Obviously all the stuff we've already seen from Bethesda, Doom, and, Youngblood. Mario Maker 2, we saw a little cool thing, but not, anything too special.
Like nothing.
They showed one little clip of Mario, like, driving a car, like, bouncing over stuff, which I thought was kind of cool.
They already showed that.
Oh, well, I don't know.
And like, the initial Mario Maker 2 release, or direct, they showed the car.
Dude, I don't know. It looks so cool to me, man. I'm hyped about that. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I got here.
Yeah, so the very last thing that they left on, because they knew they hadn't shown us really anything, they were like, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel. They showed us like this dark like CG trailer. I don't know why I say CG. Just like it was a cutscene trailer. It wasn't in-game footage, I don't think, at all. But there was no news about it. It was just a quick teaser, and all it said was in development.
I wish I was more excited about that, but
I'm not.
Honestly, I'm more excited about the Link's Awakening remake.
Oh, me too. I'm so excited for that. We saw some of that, by the way.
I don't really care about the new style of Zelda. I don't like my weapons breaking. I just don't like the survival aspects of Breath of the Wild that much, and I wish they would go back to their old roots, kind of.
Me too.
I wish they would dumb it down a little more.
Make it more story focused. Yeah. Like, keep the open world, but keep it, like, if you get the Master Sword, you keep the Master Sword.
Yes, Jesus Christ. I don't want my sword to break. Every time I get excited about finding a sword or something, it's like, immediately
you don't want to use
breaks.
it.
Yeah.
But, speaking of, I feel like they're going to pull a Majora's Mask, like, to the Ocarina of Time. Like, it's just going to be a darker version.
Mm-hmm. I think you're right. I think it's going to be very similar, like, layout-wise to Breath of the Wild. I don't know.
Unfortunately. But, we forgot for Zelda Link's Awakening, we got a release date, which is September 20th, 2019. And also they added a feature where you'll be able to create your own dungeons from pre-made sets.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's nice. I'm excited for that one. Very excited.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a fun one to take on the go with you. I just like that, like, clay look. I don't know. I'm really happy they, like, doubled down on it.
Yeah, dude. It's a very Yoshi.
I hope this one does well enough to warrant them doing other games in the same style. You know what I mean?
They never do the same style, though. Like,
still, I wouldn't mind if they did, like, Four Swords or Minish Cap or something with that clay look. You know what I mean?
That would be cool. Okay, that makes sense. Like, maybe all their, like, handheld versions.
All the top-down ones. That would be sick if they just went back.
I agree. But that was it for E3 2019. My rating for the Nintendo conference, I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. They had the least exciting conference, in my opinion. Like,
I don't know. I disagree. I give it an 8. I think it's
really?
Probably my most exciting conference. They had Ni no Kuni, The Witcher 3, the new Resident Evil stuff. I mean, not new, but, new to us, or new to being on the go, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that. And I feel like my main problem with it was that I was more hyped from their Pokemon Direct than I got from this Direct, which is upsetting because this is the time whenever it's like, okay, show us Metroid, show us like,
yeah, you're right. But
Star
then,
Fox.
We still have plenty of time because that's the thing about Nintendo is we'll still be getting periodic directs throughout the year. You know what I mean?
True.
This is just their E3 direct. So, and that's the thing I think PlayStation should have did an E3 direct and continue to do their directs. I mean, it would have been. It's just stupid that they didn't put one of their directs right now, even if they didn't hardly show off anything. You know?
I think they did good by not showing up because now nobody can fault them for it. They're going to be like, oh, well, Xbox was mediocre, Ubisoft was mediocre, Nintendo was mediocre, Square was mediocre, but PlayStation, they would have brought the fucking heat, dude. They just chose not to,
I don't know. I think they all had their little cool announcement,
like
what I mean? One really cool announcement,
It feels like the, whenever you ask to open a gift early, and they're like, okay, you can have one of your smaller gifts, and then you open it, it's like, okay, well, that was cool, I guess.
Where's the bigger gift?
Yeah, I was like, I'm more excited about Christmas, We'll see, though, over time.
I don't know. I'm excited about a lot of these, like, ports to Switch, but that's really where I get off the bandwagon. There's a couple things I'm excited about. Watch Dogs Legion is probably one of the better, more exciting things for me. Luigi's Mansion 3 seems pretty cool. With Xbox, I'm excited about Game Pass. I'm excited about being able to play all these games when they come out. I'm excited about Psychonauts 2. You know what I mean? Bethesda, I'm excited about the updates to Fallout 76 and Deathloop and like Ghostwire Tokyo. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to say. I think Nintendo wins it for me this year.
Yeah, for sure.
Ubisoft maybe a close second, or Square. No,
I give it to Square.
Square's second, and then Ubisoft third.
Even though I'm not like a huge Square fan, I'm giving it to Square because they gave me more Switch games than Switch did, or than Nintendo did. So I'm excited for all of what we saw. But anyways, let's jump on over to the People's Champ.
Yes.
The questions. We will answer them here. Yeah, if you don't normally listen to us, go to the Facebook group.
Fuck you. No, I'm just kidding.
Leave us questions, and we will answer them on next week's show.
It's true. If we can ever find them on next week's show.
What do you mean? Oh, you can't find
Here we go. So the champ, and really the only question this week is Chad McLean. Thank you, Chad. The bomb diggity, as always.
Chad McLean lane.
Chad McLean in the lane, bringing pain. He says, what can we expect out of Nintendo? I'll tell you what you can expect. Fucking Resident Evil 5 and 6 and The Witcher, bro.
Yeah. A lot of stuff. Yeah, probably. No, I guess.
I'm so excited to see how The Witcher performs. I know we kind of already went over that, but man, I just can't imagine it. Like, Saints Row 3 doesn't even perform that good.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to dock it.
I don't know, though. I think that's more of a developer fault than the actual game, because I've seen much more impressive looking games than Saints Row 3 working on the Switch just fine, like Doom or Resident Evil Revelations 2 looks really good.
I just hope if it is fucked up that it's fucked up all the way. Like, I just want it to like
a Wii game,
just like really bad. Like, I want, like, if you're like riding your horse and you like accidentally bump into like a rock, you just fly through the sky and like just explode.
That would, I honestly, I wouldn't even be mad if they like just kind of took the graphics down a notch, because it's still like such a good game.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be like the game for fucking the Switch, man.
For sure.
He also says, how many hairs are on your head? I'm going to have to say 4,200.
I'm going to say 1 million.
1 million.
There's got to be at least a milli up there.
You think a milli, dude?
I feel like
maybe like 100,000? A couple 100,000?
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Probably not a million.
I never think about it.
Now I want to shave my head and count my hairs.
Yeah, that's what we'll be doing till next week's episode. No, just kidding. Thanks, Chad, for the questions.
Chad. You're the best.
We're going to jump into this week in gaming history to wrap up the show. Brent, take us back.
So this week in gaming history is kind of a weird one. We got June 12th, 2000, the year of 2000.
Which console?
It's a Game Boy Color game, but it's, this series doesn't really appear on handheld much. It's more of a normal console game.
What kind of game? What genre is it?
Adventure, I guess. Although on Game Boy Color, it's probably more of a side-scrolling game.
Is it Splinter Cell?
No.
Oh, wait. I don't know why that would be adventure. And it's normally a console.
It's really hard. I mean, with the information that I've given you, you almost not ever get it. It's really going to be hard to guess.
The series. Which console did it normally appear on?
Pretty much. It started on PlayStation. At this point, it would have been at home on the PlayStation.
Was it Spyro?
No.
What was it?
I think it's Tomb Raider.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought. I was going more cartoony, like platformer.
Yeah. It's kind of a weird one because, the Game Boy Color version of Tomb Raider isn't something you really think about very often, But
True.
It exists, and it came out this week in gaming history.
I like that.
Yeah.
Was that our only one?
Yeah, that's all I did this week.
Okay. Cool. Well, guys, here's to E3 2019.
Yeah, and here's to next year, too. It's going to be
for sure.
Fire. Hopefully better than this year.
Hopefully better. Yeah. But yeah, remember, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of CreateForSanity.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast directories. Be sure to submit any questions you want read on the show to the GameSpeak Podcast Facebook group. Check out our video content on YouTube, where we post our Couch Bro Op every Saturday. All you have to do is search youtube.com/AljafraJamel. Or just type in Create for Sanity in the search bar. It's all one word. And if you want to stay up to date with you boys, you can find me on Twitter at the handle AljafraJamel and Brent at Brent Has One. And check out our GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. Until next time,